God of War Ragnarok gameplay continues to trickle out in very small pieces, and I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm a little annoyed with what is going on. I expressed some of this annoyance in one of the streams where we attempted to cover a gameplay reveal. There was supposed to be this God of War exclusive gameplay reveal, and it was barely 30 seconds of new footage. And so this really isn't meant to be like negative or complaining. I'm just wanting to entertain the subject. Are other people feeling annoyed? Are people feeling disrespected? Is marketing around gaming changing to the point that we need to adjust our expectations? Many of us have been watching this game pretty closely since its first debut during one of the events, and we've been continuing to want to see more and more of the game. And to be quite honest, I think that that's fair, and I wanted to discuss it with the audience. Now, I'm going to give you all of the goods right here at the beginning so you don't have to go search for it. That way, if you want to watch the entire live stream, you can. And we do have a new image to use here. We're actually going to be switching and homogenizing our logos. And one of the reasons we want to do that is because we're going for a more seamless approach. That way, you see the joystick everywhere. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope those of you that watch my content enjoy that, as well as some of the new content we'll be bringing to some of our other channels. But let's get to why I'm annoyed with God of War Ragnarok. This is a Reforge update. God of War Ragnarok gameplay continues to come out, and I'm a little annoyed, curious where other people are on this. Is marketing around gameplay changing? Do I need to adjust my expectations and what I think about what I should be seeing this close to the game's launch? If you like these quick updates, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button, and also check out Reforge Gaming, where I stream live. So let me give you a little history that sort of led to this moment, because I feel like I have been doing my best to cover God of War Ragnarok anytime there's new gameplay and anytime there's new information. Not just because it's good news, but because this is my most anticipated game of 2022, and I'm probably in good company. Over the summer, we were hoping and thinking it made sense that there would be some pretty big gameplay debuts, some pretty good information from Santa Monica about God of War. Around Summer Game Fest, literally a day or two before Summer Game Fest hit, they actually updated the release window for God of War Ragnarok in the Sony PlayStation Store. It moved from the end of September, the last day in September, to the last day of 2022. Now, obviously, this got people thinking that it might be getting delayed, but many of us said no. That's just them confirming it's now a fourth quarter release instead of a third quarter release, with the debut and the release of the release date. That ended up being true. Then they had zero presence at Summer Game Fest, so they kind of got everybody's attention, got everybody excited about God of War Ragnarok. Oh, hey, we're probably going to hear something this week. And then they said literally nothing, which seemed a little bit odd. There were numerous chances. So we said, okay, maybe Sony wants to do their own thing. They want to handle the gameplay reveals and the information on their own, and they really wanted to give The Last of Us Remake its due attention. They're not going to say much until that game is out. Then, when the announcement came around time for the release date, they seemingly bumbled that and had a hard time even just announcing the release date. Not really sure why. That's not really on them. That was leaked. They were sort of, these leakers and these insiders saying, oh, this is the date you're going to get a release date. Now, they're not really held to that, but you could even tell from Cory Barlog and some other tweets that didn't go as planned. The actual revealing and the release date announcement didn't go as planned. Fast forward to today, basically the first couple of weeks or the first week of September, Game Informer trots out a cover story and says, hey, we're going to have 4 minutes of new gameplay to show you, and they put most of that gameplay in a trailer for the cover story. So they've now trotted out a video about God of War combat, one of the new areas, and then the accessibility options. And the accessibility options look great. There was already a very lengthy blog about God of War Ragnarok accessibility options. And the problem with this is they got everybody's attention for each video. This is supposed to be exclusive new gameplay, and it largely wasn't. Some of it was B-roll from other things that we have seen, and there was probably about a minute and a half of true new gameplay footage, and a lot of it didn't feel new because you had already seen it in the trailer. They sort of stretched it a little bit far. Now, somebody might say, oh, that's on Game Informer. That's the way that they handled it, but they were only given so much footage and so much much to do with, and I have to imagine Santa Monica approved the way that this was packaged since it's their game. I get that you want to save stuff for your showcase. The big PlayStation showcase has still yet to be announced. Leakers got that one wrong. It was supposed to be happening on the 8th. I thought maybe they'll announce it on the 8th, and the 8th has come and gone with nothing. Now, that again is not on Santa Monica. Sony might be deciding when and how they want that showcase to show up, but we're getting so close to the launch that my patience is wearing thin. I would like to see significant more pieces of gameplay, as well as details about what have you really done to uptick this sequel. The amount of information we've had on combat, I think, is good. It certainly isn't bad. It sounds nice, but it's not enough really for me to say, hey, this is a true sequel. One of my biggest frustrations in covering this is the constant false narrative that this just looks like DLC. This is just going to be DLC. I don't know why they're calling it a sequel. That's incredibly frustrating, but it's starting to get traction because we don't have anything to say in response. We don't have any information. We don't have enough gameplay to really warrant saying more than, well, the combat's getting deepened, which I think is an expectation that's fair, and it does sound good, but overall, I'm scratching my head. Has marketing changed? Do I need to change my, expectations and adjustments, or am I right here? Am I right to feel a little annoyed and maybe slightly disrespected? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Head over to Reforge Gaming where I stream live, and I'll see you in the next video. Where do you guys land on this? We were like, man, oh man, this was supposed to be like a really big week for God of War Ragnarok. It was supposed to be a really big week for Sony. Once again, the leakers get it wrong. They get everybody's attention for the God of War release date. That was absolutely not... It did not go as planned. They get everybody's attention during Summer Game Fest because, it wasn't really a leak, but people paying attention were like, oh, hey, they updated the store. That led to nothing. And then Game Informer's like, hey, we have all this footage. And that fundamentally has led to virtually nothing. So I've kind of just gotten to the point where I'm annoyed. I'm like, what's going on? Why won't you guys just come out and give us something? What details? Like the accessibility features, great, big thumbs up. That blog post was awesome. That's really exciting for anybody pushing for increased accessibility in video games. But God of War Ragnarok gameplay, as well as gameplay details, I think at this point is needed and is warranted. So maybe we are waiting for things to go gold. Maybe that's the case, right? But I feel like other games have trotted out way more information, way more in advance. I don't know if maybe I'm wrong on this. Was the timeline for Horizon Forbidden West similar to this? Did we have to wait this long, right? Did we have to wait this long for details? Oh, not the game. You're gold. Okay. If the only thing we have to be annoyed about is how they market, we're doing pretty good. Right, like, I don't mean this to be a negative piece. I mean it to be a bit of a discussion, like, are my expectations, misaligned, right? What camera and bitrate are you using for streaming? Your output is admirable. Oh, well, thank you. I'm using a Sony a6000 and my bitrate's 7500. I do use NVENC, so sometimes quick-moving games get a little pixelated, but that's just because CPU streaming was just getting too hard on my rig, so I wanted to spare my rig. We don't do lots of gameplay here anyway, so it's not a huge loss in quality. If anything, it probably improved quality when we switched to NVENC. Yo, Sir Wallaby just hit 2 months, a 2-month member milestone. They're slowly updating UI changes on the platform, and that even looks a little bit different to me. I gifted to this channel 2 months in a row. Hey, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you got gifted, Sir Wallaby. Welcome back in. Guys, gifted memberships have been fixed, so thank you for being here this morning. Go through your morning ritual, switch to the live chat, and smash the like button. I bet you we could get 200 likes really, really quickly. Hi, Lono. I'm in two minds, says Hellfire. Are they showing a little because they have little to show, or are they showing a little for the hype? Right? Right? Like, I don't think they're showing a little because they have a little. I don't think that that's it. My reaction to the new badges? Oh, you're gold now. Oh, are you gold? Oh, Hellfire's gold. Why are people switching to gold? Did we switch the 1-year badges? I don't understand. What's happening? How did you guys get gold? Are we able to switch badges for tiers now all of a sudden? Is that a new feature that I didn't realize we had? See my post above in Discord. Long story short, I am not annoyed and I don't really care how marketing is. I'm just waiting for the game to release. I bought a PS5 specifically for this game, even though I'm primarily a PC gamer. I am so sorry about the audio in Discord. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I think badges changed. Corey Barlog seems frustrated about their lack of showing a few months ago. Right? Yo, Raijin just hit 13 months and it's gold and he's a tier 2. I didn't know we could do this. Badges and emojis. Oh no, I think Creature changed them. Yeah, I think, yeah. Creature changed them. A new member is white. After 1 month, it's going to be green. And then 2 months, 6 months, and 12 months are gold. 24 is red. Yeah. Creature went in and changed them. I didn't realize he had done that. We are homogenizing the brand. We're using the joystick every now. Yo, Sir Wallaby decides to pay it forward, gifts a membership, and it goes to Paul Christian. Thank you so much for doing that. And then Raijin hits a 13-month milestone, and it's a tier 2 and says gold. We do need the ability for us to give people different badges for different tiers. That would be stellar. We really need that. That's the next thing we need. What's good, Feed? I see you in the chat. What's purple then? I don't know. They're so small. It's honestly hard for me to see. It looks like purple is after 2 months. So you're not a 1 monther. You're not in your first month. So a brand new member is white. Somebody who hits a month is like a teal. And then after that, it goes to like a purple. And then like a yellow, and then a gold, and then a red, and then a blue, and then a green. So you don't get the official channel green until 2 years now. I would love for them to release actual new info. Yeah, there we go. Sven just put it in the Discord. Yep. Yeah, we homogenized the brand. So if you're just tuning in, God of War Ragnarok gameplay has me a little annoyed, and I'm not trying to be negative or mean to the developers. I'm not trying to be like complainy. I'm genuinely asking, do you guys agree with me? Do you guys have a like mind with me in this that, man, are we backwards on the marketing here? Is this my fault? Are my expectations out of whack? Or are we long overdue some gameplay and some details? As someone just said in chat, I think it was Eugene, Corey Barlog even seems a little frustrated. They can't show anything. Like, is that Sony? Has Sony muzzled them? Yo, Lock Ray Down, jumping back in as a member. Welcome back in. I'll take this over CD Projekt Red type marketing. Well, certainly, I will admit that this is way better than overhyping the game. I will readily agree with that. Young G with a $5 tip through Super Chat. Ragnarok needs better build-up. This and Spider-Man 2 are easy PlayStation's most hyped games of all time. Right? Like, did they do this with Horizon Forbidden West? Were we all sitting around waiting to know, like, hey, how good is this compared to the first? Guys, there's over 400 people here. If you've never been here before, it's free to subscribe. You can type in my chat. You can disagree with me. You can agree with me. Are you annoyed? Do you feel the same way that I do? Also consider smashing the like button. With 400 folks here, we should easily have 200 likes. They didn't do this to Horizon, says Trill Troll. Legend says, personally, once the release trailer came out, I didn't need to see anything further, so I don't care. However, if they are going to do further marketing, it should be done properly. Horizon was the only thing coming for a while. So do you think it has more to do with Sony's marketing strategy of, like, making space? Oh, our badges didn't change in the UI. Creature changed them to black circles. Okay, I see what he did. They're not transparent PNGs anymore. They're black circles. Okay. Horizon was overexposed. You think Horizon was overexposed? Now, I didn't feel that way about Horizon at all, right? I didn't feel that way about Horizon in the least bit. I felt like it was totally fine. I want to pull up the chat and see how it looks. Okay, yeah, they look good. They look good. I think badges should be a little bit bigger. That's on YouTube, not on us. We can't control that. Is your annoyance more from a reporting standpoint or a gamer standpoint or both? From a gaming standpoint, I don't mind the secrecy. It's both, T-Tube. So let me own my bias first, and then I'll talk about the second thing, because I do think it's fair to press on my bias and say, you're a YouTuber after all. Is this primarily coming from being a YouTuber? Yes, at one level, even if I didn't care about this game, even if I didn't own a PlayStation, I would enjoy covering this game and covering news. So at one level, there is a bias. I'm kind of thinking, man, oh man, you guys are kind of making this freaking hard for us to cover it and talk about it. You really hurt us the 2 times we set our day up around your gameplay exclusive reveals. When we did that for Game Informer, when they had the God of War Ragnarok new gameplay, and we were like, oh, let's orbit our day around that. Yes, it was pretty annoying that we got maybe 45 seconds worth of new gameplay. So yes, at one level, as a YouTuber, I'm a little annoyed. At another level, as a gamer, I'm sitting here saying, listen, I love your product, and the community's out here saying that it looks like DLC, it's just DLC, and I would like to be able to say, no, it's not. I would like to be able to say, this game looks phenomenal. This game's got all these great new features. I would like to be able to justify my purchase, my interest, my love for the franchise, and talk about why this looks like a great sequel, why this looks like a game that has added a significant amount of more content than the first game had. Like, as a gamer, I think that's fair too. I literally had somebody say in my chat the other day, they're like, look, he's like, I'm a fan of this game. He's like, and I just want to know more. He's like, because right now, it looks a lot like the first game. He's like, I'm not being negative. I'm not trying to be nasty and say that it's just DLC. He's like, but I would like to know more. I don't know enough. And I thought the way he phrased it was totally fair. He was like, listen, I'm not being a hater. He's like, I'm not saying that. He wasn't saying that this is DLC. He was saying right now, that's just kind of what it looks like. Okay, there's Kratos. There's an older version of Atreus. Cool. I want to know more. I don't think that that's wrong or an unfair request to say, okay, I'm going to buy your sequel. What more are you doing in this game? What have you done to make me say, okay, I want to jump in? And I think gameplay and gameplay details is one of the primary reasons that you drive. That's how you drive that home. PlayStation has dropped a bunch of news and been in the news cycle for various reasons lately. It could be simply avoiding noise. If I'm actually diagnosing what's going on, I actually think that's a really, really good pushback. That's a really, really good piece of input. It is that, listen, Sony is controlling the marketing here. Cory Barlog felt a little annoyed. I agree with you. He felt a little annoyed and a little miffed about how they've not been able to show anything. And to a certain degree, I think he probably is annoyed. He's probably like, come on, Sony, let us show some stuff. Everybody's calling my baby. Everybody's calling my game DLC. Let me show some stuff. And Sony's like, no, you've got to wait. We want Ragnarok to be center stage of the PlayStation Showcase, and we want to show all the goods then. So yeah, you can give a couple minutes to Game Informer, that's fine. Make them stretch those breadcrumbs thin, but we want the goods. Guys, we have really, really mushroomed up in viewership. I don't know if it's because YouTube's being bad or good. It's hard to tell these days. Sometimes our viewership spikes because YouTube's being bad. Sometimes it's because YouTube's being good. We were in the 500s for like a split second. I don't know what's going on. Make sure and smash the like button. Oh, we dropped frames. That's what it was. Yeah, we dropped frames at one point, and that might have fiddled with the viewership. I am sorry about that. It was so brief, though. It's not my internet. It's not my internet. I don't know what's going on, but if you're new and you're here and you're enjoying the show, smash the like button and do me a favor and consider hitting subscribe and joining the conversation in chat or becoming a member. We should definitely have 200 likes. There we go. Thank you for the 200 likes. Let's see here. Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West. Right, that's a mouthful. Is it really that bad that the game turns out like the first one with minor additions and improvement? Sane, I think that's fair pushback, right? I think that's fair pushback to be like, is it really that big of a deal if it's similar to the original? It's basically a great game. It's an award-winning game. Is that really a tragedy? Is that really a problem? No, I'm not on AT&T Fiber. They have a 5-year build order for it in the city, and hopefully it comes to my neighborhood at some point. I went back and I looked at the Horizon Forbidden West previews. Most of it was within 2 months of launch. So that was one of the questions I asked Tommy. Maybe I need to adjust my expectations. This could totally be a me problem. I'm willing to own that. If they've adjusted and said, listen, we're not showing anything until about 2 months prior, okay? Month and a half to 2 months prior is when we're going to start showing stuff. Then I need to adjust my expectations. Like, that's on me to tweak and say, okay, I'm expecting stuff too early, right? That's a me problem. I think they could be worried it's not enough, 5%, and showing all their cards is not good. 5% meaning it's a small chance. Yeah, I don't think that's what it is, Butters. I think that's the most unlikely outcome here. As someone who doesn't even own a PlayStation, I'm hoping we are moving from the disaster hype campaigns that we've seen with Anthem and Cyberpunk. These only end up overhyping players and then ultimately under-delivering on expectations. This decreases the marketing budget, puts more on the devs, puts more to the devs, and hopefully gives adequate expectations. After all, if your game is good, you shouldn't need to market it very heavy. It will happen by word of mouth, as we saw for 2018. I don't actually agree with the final part of what you're saying, Fuzzy. Everything you said was exactly right, but I don't agree that you don't need to market if your game is good. That stands against what we know about top-of-mind marketing and week one sales. So everything you said is right on the money except for that. I think that's a misfire. They definitely need to spend quite a bit on marketing. They're just going to do it closer to the launch. I got myself glasses yesterday. I needed those vision correction, and wearing my glasses makes Lono look even prettier. Well, thank you so much. If you guys ever need blue light blocking glasses, use the link below or the glasses command in chat. We are sponsored by Gunner Optics. Young G with another $5 tip through Super Chat. About to get off Twitter in the next few weeks, perhaps less. You already know big spoilers will come. Yes, we will not be covering that, by the way. No news on the PlayStation Showcase. No, I thought they were going to announce it yesterday. No news, no. And yes, I will not, just so we're clear, we will not be covering any of the God of War Ragnarok spoilers. Sometimes I cover spoilers to warn people and to say, stay away, stay off the internet. I'm not even going to do that because it'll probably just invite people to come in and do it, right? Eugene says it's going to be after the game show. Yeah, the Tokyo Game Show is next week on Thursday. I thought that they might try to undercut that show and go live on Wednesday. There must be announcements at the Tokyo Game Show that they're waiting on to then announce the Sony Showcase, the PlayStation Showcase. That's got to be what's going on. There's got to be something going to the Tokyo Game Show that is in conjunction, interfering, or something with the PlayStation Showcase timing. Do you think older gamers were becoming spoiled by the hype machine for games in recent generations? And when we were kids, we were not so much hype for games? I definitely think that some of this is related to the last couple of years where I'm like, oh man, great trailer. Oh man, great trailer. That's awesome. Oh, I can't wait to see that. I 100% will agree with you that some of this is I've been influenced by the market. I have. I am not saying that Santa Monica or Sony have done anything wrong. I'm saying, man, I'm annoyed. And is it my fault? Like, I'm trying to own it, right? Look, I'm annoyed. Show me more. Okay. And then being self-aware enough, I'm like, okay, wait, is this my fault? Did I do this to myself? Have my expectations been set by something other than Sony, other than Santa Monica, right? If you guys are just tuning in, the God of War Ragnarok gameplay with respect to trailers and the Game Informer exclusive videos, I'm a little annoyed, okay? I'm not bashing the game, I'm not bashing the devs, I'm saying I'm annoyed, and I want to know if you share my sentiment and if maybe we need to adjust our expectations, right? And people generally seem to be agreeing that, yeah, this is a little annoying. I've had people say they feel disrespected, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm willing to go that far. Right? Creature, my web manager and producer, he's like, bro, this is disrespectful. He's like, quit messing around, quit fiddling with your community's expectations, quit pulling at their heartstrings. Yo, a tier 2 from Bagel Boss. That's a brand new member, and you did a tier 2. We need like 20 tier 2 members, and I'll unlock new content for you. I'll upload videos just for tier 2 and above. So if you have a tier 1 membership, you can upgrade right now. It's $10 more, and you'll get increased access in the Discord. Sometimes I put games in the VIP room. You get access to the VIP room. That's also the quickest way to get access to community game night. Okay, let me read some comments from the Discord. Do you think the Call of Duty drama is pushing the marketing onto the back burner because they don't want to look a certain way? I don't know if the optics on Call of Duty and the dispute with Microsoft is interfering with this at all, Mike. I definitely think they've had a lot of things to announce, and they don't want Ragnarok getting in the way. Ragnarok is like, if you're familiar with baseball, I feel like Ragnarok is the killer pitcher, and he's back there warming up. And they're not bringing him out yet. They're letting all the other guys go out and throw some of their balls. They're letting everybody else get up on the mound and get their throws in. And Ragnarok is the closer. They're going to bring him out. He's like, Kratos is so big, they're like, you can't come out right now. Right? You can't come out. You're too big. We got too many things going on. We want The Last of Us remake to get a good runway of marketing and sales, and you'll interfere with that. Kratos, you got to stay back there in the shadows. Even the videos that they gave Game Informer didn't come out until after the release date of The Last of Us remake. Cool Spoon says, maybe they are trying to hold out just in case Elden Ring announces DLC so they have something to talk about. This is good. That could be, we might see at the Tokyo Game Show an Elden Ring DLC announcement. Now, I don't think Sony is going to adjust their marketing plans around that and game, and game awards, but that certainly could be a factor, not the factor. Right after Horizon Forbidden West launched, people seemed to talk about it, and then Elden Ring came out, and it seemed to disappear from the discussion. Maybe this is because I'm an Xbox player, so the guys I watch don't cover it as much, but I do watch a lot of just general game news people, and it seemed the same for people that do. No, that's good observation, Cool Spoon, that, look, man, Forbidden West got shoved off the podium like that by Elden Ring, and God of War wants a clean runway. They don't want to have to deal with any Elden Ring news since it's the Game of the Year, front runner right now, and a God of War Ragnarok Game of the Year award would be killer. It would be very good for them. It'd be a win. Now Creature is saying, I tell y'all, I can't chill out. Y'all constantly calling me, beating me up on new badges, no winning. I think the new badges are fine. He says it's 100% disrespectful. So Creature thinks it's disrespectful the way they've done this. Yeah, I thought the badges looked clean. I just wasn't sure what happened. I was like, why do I see gold badges? I wasn't upset. I was more confused than anything. Butter says, Bethesda does a 6-month campaign and 99% of its marketing was the final 2 months before Fallout 4's launch. What God of War is doing right now, I think, is the way to do it. Announce the game, show a trailer 6 months before full release, and then say a lot of stuff 1 to 2 months before. Creature says 4 minutes in 6 months. Yeah, Creature's issue is, for the 6 months that we've been waiting, you guys keep coming out and giving us breadcrumbs. Like, that's the irritation that he has. Now, again, his bias and my bias to a certain degree is that we're trying to cover video games, man. Would you guys give us something? Give me a bone here. Give me a gameplay video. Give me some details. That way I can break it down, slice it up, and have a video and have a show. That's our bias. I'm owning that. I am 100% owning that. That doesn't mean that they're doing anything wrong. It doesn't. It just means that that's one of the reasons that we're annoyed. That doesn't legitimize our annoyance. That's just giving context for it, right? Like, listen, man, we're annoyed and here's why. We're not saying that we're owed anything. We're just like, come the frick on, man. And listen, I'll be honest with you. I am 100%, I am 100% a little extra annoyed that we did 2 shows and we got all excited because Game Informer's like, hey, we have God of War Ragnarok new gameplay. And it was like 45 seconds, okay? I felt a little burned by that, okay? I didn't take it personal. I didn't take it personal, but I felt a little burned. And that's not Santa Monica's fault. That's not Sony's fault. That's honestly kind of Game Informer's fault more than anything. This is the most valuable currency. Oh, time is the most valuable currency, says Detective Seeds. It's disrespectful to waste busy people's time. I don't think they are doing anything wrong, but they have wasted time and hype. That is an angle that I will give some table. I'll let that on the table. I'll say, you know what? No, this is fair. You got everybody's attention. Everybody's really busy. And you're like, hey, we're debuting new gameplay. And it was like 45 seconds. Okay, fool me once, shame on me. Second time they did it. And it was like, are you freaking serious? There's like 45 seconds here of new footage. Most of this footage was in the trailer for the Game Informer God of War Ragnarok cover story. You fool me twice, shame on me. Now I'm mad, okay? And then the third video comes out, okay? The third video comes out, and let's just go to Game Informer and let's just compare viewership, shall we? I'm not saying this is indicative of anything, but I really do think they kind of ticked people off just a little bit, okay? So the trailer gets 420,000 views. Nice. That's a nice number, 420. And then the combat lets you play with your food is close. It's not at 1 million views, but it's closing in on 1 million views, and then it slows down, obviously. The next video only gets 529,000 views, right? There's a third video, yeah. And then the third video that's only about a day old, 105,000 views. I don't know about you, but I feel like you burned people and they're like, we don't care. We're not watching the next one, and we're definitely not watching the third one. Now, somebody might push back and say, well, Lono, God of War Ragnarok combat's a lot more interesting than level design and accessibility features. Okay, I'll grant you that point. But I think Game Informer really stretched people's patience with this, and I think people are getting a little miffed. At least I am. That's why I said in the title of my stream and on the thumbnail, listen, I'm annoyed. I'm a little annoyed right now, and I want people to affirm my feelings. I want people to affirm my feelings. Make me feel good about myself. This is annoying. Game Informer really stretched it. The sad thing is they probably got rewarded for it. Yeah, I don't know how much this benefited them. We could check their social blade. Let's check their social blade. Let's see what it did. Let's see if the viewership coincided with sub growth. Let's just check here. Let's just check, right? I don't even know, when was that? When was the first one? The first one hit 6 days ago. What day of the week was that? What was the actual date? That was on September the 2nd. So according to Social Blade, they got 645,000 views that day, and it looks like they got about 4,000 subscribers. So the first time they did this, yeah, it seems to have worked out for them. The second time they did this, when they did the level design Game Informer video, so this is just more God of War Ragnarok gameplay, that was September the 6th. That got them 2,000 subscribers instead of the 4, and they got about, 300,000 views. So they got about half that. So it looks like each time they got half, right? The momentum ran out, right? The momentum ran out. It's a DLC with 4 minutes of gameplay. What do you expect? Yeah, come on. Don't do that. If you're going to be sarcastic, put like an LOL or like a laughing face. Your feelings are valid. You're still a baby. Your feelings are valid, Lono, but you're being a baby. I don't know if you saw the accessibility for The Last of Us Remake, but OMG, they did an amazing job. Yeah, the number of features for that game is just absolutely insane. Giant social media metrics for God of War Ragnarok release date announcements today. So this guy tracked the announcement of just the release date. Instagram got almost 1 million likes. Twitter got almost 150,000 likes. Santa Monica Studio Twitter got 80,000. And then the YouTube trailer got 4 million combined views. Huge numbers. Yeah, just them announcing we dropped frames again. Dadgummit. It's fiddling with the view count. Frick, I am so sorry. I don't think that that's me because it's too fast. It must be the ingest servers. I am sorry to anybody who's having to get, a refresh or a buffer. I promise you, it's not me. Yo, what's good, Harry? I don't see the red dot. What red dot? What Quiet Shy? Let's see here. God of War 2018 versus God of War 2022. What am I looking at here, Paul? What are you giving me a comparison of? Are you it's too small for me to see. So a question is, did their annoyance run people off in the future? Kratos is in the end game, expect close to nothing. Okay, all those views in the second and third wouldn't have been there if they did one video, right? No, yeah, that's fair, Eugene. That's totally fair to be like, hey, right? I'm not seeing anything on my end, no blip stutters or anything. Okay, so thankfully the frame droppage isn't really messing with you guys. It's definitely making the viewership act crazy, though. I mean, the viewership spikes way up. It's like, oh my gosh, there's 550 people here, and then it'll slowly drop back down because there's actually only about 500 people here. It's not a big deal. If it's not affecting you guys, then good. Then good. Been pretty hectic, says Harry. Moved around a lot and had my graduation 2 days ago. I had a guy in here yesterday named Harry, and it wasn't you, and he was going hard against Assassin's Creed, and I was like, Harry, is that you? And he had like a white avatar, and he didn't say, and I was like, okay, it must not have been, and you still have a badge, so yeah, it definitely wasn't you yesterday. Guys, if you're enjoying my coverage and you just tuned in for the first time ever, this is Reforge Gaming. We do a variety gaming news show all throughout the week. I am safe for work, and what that means is I'm not swearing on the broadcast, so you can tune in confidence. You can hit subscribe if you'd like to talk in chat and chime in. How do you feel about the way God of War Ragnarok gameplay has been treated? I'm a little annoyed. I feel like we haven't been given enough. I feel like they've kind of teased us. I feel like they've kind of played with our emotions. I feel a little... Listen, I feel a little manipulated, okay? If I'm being honest, I feel a little manipulated, and it's because I'm really looking forward to this title, okay? I've spent a lot of time defending this title. I spent a lot of time defending certain things that Sony has done, and then I turn around and I feel a little betrayed. I am taking it personal, and I probably shouldn't do that. That's probably a really bad idea to take something like this personal, because truly, it's not meant to be taken personal. They're just trying to save their cards, right? They're trying to save their cards. They're trying to save their marketing dollars, or not dollars like actual money, but when they spend this marketing push, they want it to be maximum, right? Yeah, you wanted to clip that? I love an argument as much as the next person, but Assassin's Creed isn't going to be the hill I go down on. It did seem like, I was like, there's no way this is Harry, because this guy was super passionate. He was talking about how, like, they've betrayed the franchise, and they shouldn't be calling these new games Assassin's Creed, and eventually I was like, yeah, there's no way this is Harry. I was like, Harry gets passionate about games, but I don't think he gets this passionate about Assassin's Creed, right? How do I upgrade my membership? I think you just click on the $ and click the options that are there. Go big or go home, says Bagel Boss. When I see the little gameplay clips, it makes me worried. Like a bad movie, you get all the good highlights in the trailer and everything else is empty. So you actually feel good about the fact that they're not showing us that much stuff? Like, that's where you're landing on this? There was an imposter Harry? I think this is very possible, Evan. There might just be somebody else in the world named Harry. We'll have to investigate this further to get a little bit more details, whether or not we feel like we can report that with integrity. But I'm willing to bet there's more people in the world named Harry than just one. Listen, I make controversial predictions here sometimes, and I know that's a big one. I know that's pretty hard to substantiate that. But I think that there's more than one Harry in the world. I do. Put that one down. Put that on your fridge. God of War robbed Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'm scared it might do the same to Elden Ring. Vigil, a lot of people think that it's Elden Ring's game of the year to lose. A lot of people think that. I don't believe you. No way. No, there's only one Harry. It was clearly a hit job. Yeah. There can only be one Harry, so we'll have to ban the other guy if he shows up. I'll be like, listen, bro, you were great and you really contributed to the conversation, but you got to get the fuck out of here because we only can have one Harry. So sorry about that. You're banned. People don't know about it. YouTubers are making... Wait, what? What'd that guy say? YouTubers are making videos when we can organize the Save the Halo campaign. Piggyback on Save Minecraft. Look, we're shocked by the news on Microsoft contractors. Why'd we time him out? Is he spamming that or something? Is he spamming that? Can someone get his attention on Halo? No one knows how Microsoft is screwing over. Homie. Hold on just a minute. Bro, I report on Halo. I've covered Halo's contractual issues. I've covered Halo's non-profitability and the fact that they might be having a hiring freeze. Homie, I'm not dedicating more than the amount of shows I've dedicated to that absolute dead-end game right now, okay? That game is in a dead end. It could turn things around. They could turn the car around, okay? But I'm not going to cover it more than what I think it's worth it. I already told him, but he keeps posting. Okay, listen, my man Jake. My mod here, Quiet Shy, she's super nice, and she told you to chill and you didn't, so now you got timed out. You got to chill. Don't come in and disrupt the conversation. We're talking about God of War Ragnarok gameplay. We're not talking about saving Halo Infinite, okay? Doubtful. Their staff is working on Battlefield, one fire to another. Okay, that's a misrepresentation, creature, and you know it. We didn't run with that story for that reason. It's a guy that was the co-founder of the original Halo. Nobody from Halo Infinite's working on Battlefield. What the frick? That's not true. They got one of the co-founders of Halo to help with the Battlefield campaign. You know what I'm saying? It's still funny. Oh, I know it's funny. Yes, it is funny that, like, Halo Infinite's a dumpster fire, and then Battlefield's apparently going to do a campaign with somebody from Halo. That's not the headline they need right now, but let's not go over and talk about that. That's not even remotely related to today's topic. Come on. It's Friday. I don't have to be accurate. No, you do. You do need to be, well, at least be on topic, please. You are my producer after all. We gotta talk. We gotta stay on subject. So if you're just tuning in and you've been enjoying the coverage and the banter, do me a favor, help out the video by smashing the like button. Only 30-something people need to click like, and it'll roll us over to 300, okay? My first question is, and we've been kind of batting this ball around, but I still want to know. I want people to chime in on this one, okay? I want to hear from you, chat. Do you share my frustrations? You might not be annoyed or concerned or worried, but at some level, do you share my frustrations? The lack of God of War Ragnarok new gameplay this close to the release date. At some level, do you share my frustrations? We can't really pull that. There's too much nuance. Are you like, man, oh man, give us more details already. Let me see gameplay. I want to know what makes this a sequel. You know, at one level, I'll be honest with you. I want to be able to shove all the details in the pipe of the people calling it DLC and be like, smoke on that, okay? Quit calling it DLC. Quit parroting David Jaffe, all right? Smoke on these details. Like, at one level, I want to do that. I want to be like, oh, you think it's DLC? How about this? You know? And yeah, that's a little petty. And that's a little personal, okay? I had a great therapy session last night, and I said, listen, I've been getting activated in my streams. I'm getting activated. I think there's residual anger, and if someone's dishonest, I turned it into a personal discussion instead of just a lively debate. I said there's been at least 2 instances lately where I'm getting overly activated. So I'm trying to be very present, and I'm trying to like own the fact that yes, that's a little petty and that's a little personal, but that doesn't mean I don't want to do it. I totally want to do it. I want to be able to boot up and be like, look at all this gameplay, look at all these details. Quit calling it a DLC, right? Not that it would matter, because lots of the people that argue this type of thing don't care about facts and reality. They just like to grind the propaganda axe. But still, it would be nice to be able to do that. It's been bothering me too, says Eugene. Let me read what everybody says here. TJ Rage says no. Wheezy says no. Yes, I'm fuming. Gaming in Space says, I'm fuming. I am fuming mad. I do not share your frustration, says DTM65. Spriggle says yes. It'll be here when it's here, says TJ Rage. Baba Yaga says, I'm good with them not showing much. It's not a new IP, it's God of War. We know it's going to be amazing, so let me discover things in the game rather than Game Informer. Baba Yaga, listen, I actually appreciate that outlook. Look, I do that with certain shows and movies. Once I know I'm going to watch a movie, I don't watch the trailers. I'm like, you know, I don't need to see trailers. I know I'm going to watch that movie. Thanks, I'm good. I don't need a bunch of cool action sequences spoiled in a trailer. And I could totally see somebody saying, I don't need to see any more God of War Ragnarok gameplay. I want to discover the world and the combat and the skill trees for myself. I'm already buying. So I appreciate your angle. No, I'm buying regardless. Zubair pretty much saying the same thing more concisely that Baba Yaga said. I share your frustration, said Bro Sexy, but I'm done taking the bait. I will wait for the release. I do feel your frustration of God of War Ragnarok, says Gaming Fire. I understand your frustration, though I don't necessarily share it, says Legend Status. Christina says not at all. I personally don't give an F about this game. 90% will buy it anyways, says Sane. Christopher Wright says yes. I want to see some new gameplay or some details, even if it's a little or a lot. I'm torn on being frustrated. I'm grateful, but I'm underwhelmed because of length. Right, Young G? Listen, I'm be honest with you all. I would rather them say nothing than say a teeny amount. Creatures really tried to drive this home with me. He's like, nothing is better than bad. And what he means is, it's better not to upload a bad video. We've got some other channels we're trying to make content for. And he's like, look, it's better to upload nothing than to upload something bad. He's like, that's just always the approach we want to take with these channels. And I actually think that that's true, and I'm applying that axiom. It would have been better to be quiet than to push out these videos through Game Informer because they feel kind of bad. Harry says, I found a great website yesterday that pulls up really old Xbox game captures, even after they're too old to be shown on the Xbox itself. Found clips of us taking Tina through her first King's Fall. Oh, no way. How did you? That's crazy that you found that, Harry. Young G with a $2 tip. Ragnarok will be bad. It will be. It will be. Guys, do me a favor. There's over 500 people here. We are just cooking along. If it's your first time here, hit subscribe so you can talk and chat. I want to hear from you. I love hearing from new people. And smash the like button. We should have 300 likes on this video by now. B420 Greenside says, we can smoke details now. We can smoke details. That's right. That's right. He's like, wait a minute. How do we do that? Wait, I don't have papers. Can you guys get some papers? Like, Greenside's getting ready. He wants to smoke those details. I'm going to buy the game, says Wheezy. Nothing they are going to show will change my mind. Sorcerer says, I don't share your frustrations. The last few years we have been complaining that they show too much too soon. Now it looks like they are taking the message and they're listening and they're not showing anything until needed. Josh Weldon says, I'm somewhat annoyed by it. Far too often are we fed these days of saving the experience as a guise for offering less than expected. I almost feel like that's the norm now. This guy, GOW Karate Kratos says, definitely. And what I've noticed so far, people are annoyed. The safe marketing is garbage. Maybe the worst marketing for a big game. So we got somebody saying, this is the worst marketing I've seen for a big game. And I don't think it's bad marketing. I definitely think the Game Informer stuff did not hit well. I do. I don't think the Game Informer stuff hit well. I think people are like, are you freaking serious? You got our attention for this? We already saw a lot of this. Now, I think the first video would have gone over pretty well had they not done the trailer. Right? If they wouldn't have done that Game Informer God of War Ragnarok cover story trailer, then the combat would have been fresh. And then I actually think the first two videos would have probably gone over a little bit better had they not done the trailer. I actually think the trailer is the primary mistake that they made. Jake with a $10 tip through Super Chat. No offense, man. What's the point of reporting on if the community is unaware? You need to spread the word, serious issues to larger YouTubers so we can pressure these companies to make changes. Homie, listen to me. I love your passion, and I really love money, so thank you for the money. But you're going too far, man. You got to come back. Man. I know that you're passionate about Halo Infinite, and I love passionate people, and I also love money. But I don't think this is the way. Please don't give me any more super chats talking about this. I don't want that. I don't want that for you. I don't think it's healthy for you, okay? you got to take a breath. You got to take a breath. Halo Infinite is going to continue doing what it's doing. 343 is going to continue doing what it's doing no matter how loud you scream and no matter how many YouTubers make videos. Homie, a week ago, the entire internet said that Halo Infinite's dead. Some of the biggest YouTubers on the planet were talking about that dadgum game, and nothing changed. I'm sorry. That's just the way that it is right now, okay? We got to move on. Please don't do this again. Please. We're talking God of War Ragnarok gameplay. I need you to stop. That's the nicest response you're going to get, okay? If you don't want to do your job, then bye. Okay. Thanks for the 10 spot and the weird swipe on the way out. Go mess with somebody else while they're trying to live stream. I have faith in God of War Ragnarok, but I've been let down before. See Cyberpunk, so I'd appreciate more info. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like this guy came in here and did this before. He gets so wound up about Halo. It's like, my gosh, buddy, you're going full. You're going full, man. Come back. So, that's a lot of feedback. That's a lot of input on whether or not you share my frustrations with being annoyed with God of War Ragnarok, okay? Now, where are my coffee orders and where are my gifted members? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, coffee orders slowed down this week and they fixed gifted members, all right? We're in the 1300s. We could hit 1,500 members before tonight. Tonight is a members-only stream with my wife, and you can make us play genital jousting. She really doesn't want to, and it will be hilarious. Please help me hit 1,500 members, okay? They fixed gifted members. It's working super-duper fast. Lono's job is to supply my coffee. Anything else is gravy. So that was my first discussion question was, with the God of War Ragnarok gameplay, are you annoyed? Okay, do you share some of my frustrations? Now, I've got a very different question for you. Okay? Coffee orders and gifted members come when you're doing your effing job. Cover Halo Infinite and we'll order coffee. Do you understand me? Okay, so is marketing changing for video games in the wake of Cyberpunk 2077 and others? Do you think, is this situation unique to the Sony PlayStation Showcase and God of War Ragnarok, or are we seeing a new era with respect to gaming marketing? And is this happening in the wake of Anthem, Cyberpunk, and other failures? Battlefield 2042, right? Is this a new era for marketing, or do you think this is more something that is just like a Sony thing? Like, do you think going forward, this should be my expectation? I feel like we had similar conversations around Starfield. I'm like, where the frick is the videos? Where's the gameplay? Say something, right? And you guys were like, Lono, this is the way things are going, man. Will you be streaming the Disney Marvel Showcase? It's too late in the day. It's at like 4 o'clock. By then, I'm hanging out with members. Well, no, by then I'm shutting down and talking with Creature. I don't think so. Any news on the Frickmas blend? I have not heard anything. The artwork is being approved. So, they have enough time. I need to be paying for that like today. I don't know what the slow up is. We are doing something new, so it's having to go through their art department. That's probably why, usually in the past, we basically, metaphorically, we pushed a button and an order got started. This is a new element to the order. We're changing bag types and we're printing directly to the bag. So, sadly, that means it's going slow. Frickmas will go on sale around Halloween, no change in plan. Yeah, it will be available for purchase around the same time. I just hope that I have it on time. We should have plenty of time. They have all of September virtually and all of October to get it to us. It usually has a 4 to 5 week turnaround time. We've given them more than enough cushion to get the coffee to us. Don't worry. We initiated the order earlier than usual on purpose to give us cushion. Doomslayer says, I'm on this point where Santa Monica has lost my interest in the game. If you make me wait a little too long, my hype goes to 0 and I stop caring. Just because it's a sequel to an amazing game doesn't mean I'll buy it blindly. Okay, so Doomslayer is taking the opposing position, right? He's the opposition. Get him. No, I'm just kidding. He's kind of aligning with me. Did you see this? One costs 20 and the other is free. You can't make this up, Paul. You can't make it up. Gosh, are they stupid. That sounds mean, but boy, do they seem stupid. We can't talk about that. Doomslayer is taking the opposing position. He's like, listen, man, if you go quiet for too long, man, my hype goes to zero. My hype goes to zero, bro. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm not just going to blindly buy your dadgum game because it's a sequel to a great game, right? It seems you're more annoyed with gameplay marketing versus not having gameplay being released. If they never announce new gameplay, would you still be annoyed they haven't released anything? Yeah, I think that's the point I made a little bit ago. That's a good nuance, Charles. It's like, look, man, if you guys just would have gone dark, I'd probably be sitting here saying, hello, could we get gameplay? I'd be more angst. I'd be filled with more angst than annoyance. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Where's the stuff? Where's the goods, man? Where's my money, man? Where's my money, man? Like, and now I'm saying, okay, we were waiting, and this is what you give us? Like, I do think the Game Informer situation has annoyed me more than the lack of gameplay. I think that's a good word, Charles. To me, the approach is more concerning, says Fazimoto. Why are they not showing gameplay? Are they worried people will not like what they see? Fozzie, I actually don't think there's any worry. This is our read on it. Eugene said he got the impression that Cory Barlog was kind of annoyed at the fact that they couldn't show gameplay, all right? I love how many green names are in chat, by the way. Holy frick, so many members are here. Thank you guys for being here. If you're a super loyal member, make sure you're here tonight, okay? I know Friday nights is well outside of our normal stream time, but I would really love to see way more people tune in on a Friday night if they can. It's a lot of fun. I sit down here with my wife. It's a blast. If you can set that time aside, make sure you're in the Discord so you don't miss the announcements. I'd love to see a couple hundred people tuning in on Friday night. So I'm seeing tons of green names. I get it. A lot of you are Monday through Friday worker lurkers, and that's just outside of the realm of possibility. That's fine. I just want to continue to advertise that to people that, like, Friday night is a really fun members-only stream, okay? It's a blast, but that's also when we do community game night. So done with the commercial. So Fozzie, I don't think that they're like worried, oh, we don't have good things to show. I think Cory Barlog is annoyed a little bit. He's like, man, I wish we could show stuff. I'm dying to show people stuff. And Sony's like, no. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. This game is center stage for the PlayStation Showcase, and it's gonna crush. Don't you dare show anything more than you already have shown. You watch the VODs. Thank you so much for watching the VODs. I like seeing the view count on the VODs go up after the fact. That's encouraging. What's going down tonight? We're going to be playing a bunch of games together. We will play Genital Jousting if we hit 1,500 members. We need like 150 more members to do it, so we need a lot of gifteds and a lot of people on their own. We really need people to start jumping in on their own. We can't lean on these generous gifters every month. I don't think that's a reasonable expectation. If you can afford the $5, please do it. You're freeing up space for the people that can't afford a membership right now, okay? I keep saying that. I think that's fair. There are some of you that are here every day of the week, and if you got $5 a month to spare, jump in. Get committed. If you can't spare it, God love you. We don't want you to do it. I hope you get it gifted, and that's why I want people who can afford it to do it. They'll free up space for the folks who can't afford it. Xerox with a 4-month milestone. Time goes by fast. Welcome back. Another 4-month milestone from Uninformed Gamer. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much. Sven says, why is this game different from other beloved properties you'd otherwise excuse the lack of marketing or trailers for? If you feel the same way about the lack of marketing in movies and shows, then why is there such a panic with this? Okay, that's a fair question. I actually said the same things, Sven, about Starfield. So I'm not being inconsistent, but it might seem like I'm being inconsistent when I say I stop watching trailers for movies and shows once I've decided I'm going to watch them. I think there is a definitive categorical difference between seeing scenes in a movie or show ahead of time and wanting to know details and wanting to see gameplay in a video game. I'm going to play Ragnarok for way more time than a 2.5 to 3 hour long movie. Do you understand? I think it's a fair and a good question, Sven, but I think when you push against what I'm doing, there's a big categorical difference between me saying, listen, that new Marvel movie looks dope. I don't need to see anymore. I did that with the Spider-Man movie. I was like, I don't need to see anymore. I don't want any scenes spoiled for me because you're going to put a bunch of dope, cool action scenes or bait in the dadgum trailer. I'm good. I don't want to see anything. I go like this. I voluntarily stop. That's not the same as a video game. A video game, especially a sequel, I want details. As a YouTuber, I want details to shut down the DLC, losers. It's just DLC. Shut up. I want to shut them up, right? But I also, as a consumer, want to be able to say, this is a worthy sequel. This is worthy of my purchase. Now, Santa Monica has my confidence. I'm not sitting here thinking, oh no, they're making a bad game. That's not what I'm feeling. I'm just feeling annoyed. I'm like, come on, man. Say something. Show me something. Like give me Ragnarok, right? Give me Thanos. Like, give me Ragnarok. I'm just wondering if the frustration is not so much the lack of marketing, but folks are just simply too excited to play it and want it now. I actually think it's more that the way they marketed the gameplay just this last week has frustrated people. Does that make sense? It's not, oh my gosh, we're angry at the marketing. It's, homie, we've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and this is what we're getting? That's my game since the very beginning. That's how I found Lono to begin with. Hey, guys, we have been live for 1 hour. We've been live for 1 hour. Let's get 400 likes on the video. That's the next milestone. We only need about 60 of you to press like. So if you're new or you've just got here for the day, go through your ritual of smashing like. That helps me. That helps the video. And YouTube always recommends running advertisements on the hour. I don't like doing that because it disrupts the live stream. I do say now's the perfect time to gift members or do super chat tips. Whichever you feel like doing if you can. That's a better way to monetize live streams. End of commercial. Who gives an F about the advertising? I do. For some people, gameplay, new abilities, etc. are considered spoilers. I like discovering things like that in game. You know the beauty about that, though, Charlie, is you can do the same thing I do with movies. You can do the same thing. If they had a video right now outlining every square inch of the skill tree, you could just not watch it. That's what I do with movie trailers. I just stop watching them. Here's a new one. Here's a new one. Here's a new trailer. Here's a new cutscene. I don't watch them. My man Roger says, I'll get us started with a $5 super chat. Let's go. Let's get a little super chat train going. You're going to buy it regardless. There's no point in getting frustrated. This is a big game. Narratively, showing anything more would be too much. So, Javon, let me ask you a question. Do you think they're not going to show a junk ton before launch? You think they're going to stay this quiet for the next 2 months? Because I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to show us a boatload during the PlayStation Showcase. Corey Barlog tweeted on June 29th, Dear all, if it were up to me, I would share all the information when I know about it, but it's not up to me, so please be patient. I promise things will be shared at the earliest possible moment they can be. We make games for you. We get to make games because of you. Right there. Eugene is correct. Corey Barlog is frustrated that they can't show more. Yo! Phantom Phoenix just gifted 5 memberships. 101 red baboons instead of red balloons. Love it. Blasty Boy, Ganesh, Anthony, and Caitlin all got gifted memberships. You know what's beautiful about those 5 memberships? You know what we learned? Some of those people might not even be here. They updated gifted memberships, and some of those people might not even be here. Do you want to know why they got a gifted membership? Because they are super loyal to the channel and they're here all the time. So they may have stepped out. They might not be here right this instant. But, buddy, they updated gifted memberships, and they're working beautifully. All those names are super loyal people who listen, lurk, and support the channel. So if they watch this VOD and hear their name, or they're here right now, thank you. And thank you to Phantom Phoenix. I love that they updated gifted members to work that way. I absolutely love that. That's why they weren't working for a week. They were tweaking the settings. I had 2 people come in and say, you said my name in a batch of names? They're like, I wasn't even here. I'm like, that's what I want to hear. I want that loyalty rewarded. So you guys don't have to worry about gifteds going to the wrong people. Like, oh no, there's a bunch of new people here and they're kind of being nasty about Halo or whatever. I don't want to gift. No, anytime you gift, it goes to the most loyal folks. So you can gift in confidence. Yo, D Dizzle. I appreciate you, D. Coming in with a $5 tip through Super Chat. Thank you very much. That's awesome that they did that. Yeah, I am very pleased with how gifteds are working now. Very pleased. You think Ragnarok will deliver a better experience than Elden Ring? That's a good question, but it's a difficult one to answer, Nissy, because they're very different games. I think Ragnarok will deliver a better action-adventure experience and just more approachable combat. Elden Ring did things that Ragnarok won't even set out to do. Minch Tree with a $5 super chat. As far as the DLC comments, are people mad that the game doesn't look different, or that the story was rumored DLC content repackaged as a new game? There's a couple of things at play here, Minch Tree, and I appreciate that question, so let's take that question. This will be a good discussion. Number one, there are DLC comments driven by David Jaffe. He referred to the game as DLC in I believe, in a pretty uncharitable, zero intellectual credibility sort of way. What he did lacked credibility, honesty. It was just a lowbrow jab, okay? I don't know what it was driven by, so I'm only going to describe what he did, and that's what he did. Was it driven by jealousy? I don't like doing that. I don't want to presume a man's internal emotional state. I think that's unfair. I can only judge what he said, and what he said is garbage, okay? I don't care to judge the man. I'll judge the man's words. What he said was garbage, just lowbrow, cheap shot. And it drove a lot of people to say, it's just DLC. The second thing that's happening is a lot of the commentary early on got... A lot of the commentary around God of War Ragnarok DLC got lost in translation. Cory Barlog said in an interview, when we were looking at adding stories to God of War 2018, we started sketching out stories and what we could do. And it got so big that we decided we can't do this as a DLC, it needs to be a sequel. And people misinterpreted and they ran with that and they said, Ragnarok was a DLC and then they decided to sell it as a sequel. No, that is completely and utterly false. If I told you that I was sketching up plans to put a shed in my backyard and I started to realize I needed to make a 3-car barn garage, nobody would say, well, that's basically a shed because you originally drew a sketch of one. No, that's dumb. No one would say that, right? They were originally sketching out and just thinking and brainstorming, could we do DLC in God of War 2018? And the stories they wanted to do quickly became too big to be a DLC. Nothing was developed. Nothing was in production. They were sketching out ideas. And that got lost in translation. And so people started running with that narrative. So you have two narrative drivers. You got David Jaffe, which is just cheap shot nonsense. And then you got misinterpreted commentary about how this game was initially born. And the third thing that's happening is you've got people that have gone full fandom, and I said this yesterday. There's a difference between people who are giant Xbox fans and people who are anti-fans. They are anti-fans of Sony, and anything Sony does, they attack it. It has nothing to do with Microsoft and their platform and the Xbox. There are people that have gone so full bar in their fandom that they've become anti-fans. They've become villains. Instead of taking up for their platform and defending it and just being like, hey, I like Xbox and I think Xbox does good things, that's all well and good. I actually think that that's totally fine. I myself have defended Microsoft and Xbox in certain conversations because I really like some of the things that they have done, okay? So I do think one thread of the God of War Ragnarok DLC propaganda machine is just a bunch of anti-fans. They're just anti-fans. Now listen, there are folks who are anti-fans against Microsoft. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't see a lot of that in my chat. I don't. I don't see a lot of people being so against Microsoft and Xbox that they say things that are false or they misrepresent things. We've had people in here for the last couple of weeks doing that with The Last of Us remake. We had people doing it just yesterday with the Call of Duty discussion. And I'm going to do my best to not get activated and to not take it personal. It's not personal. I need to always remind myself of that. That's one of my mantras, is that when someone disagrees with you, it's not personal. It's not a devaluation of you. I have residual anger for dishonest people. It's something I need to work on and process. I do. I literally discussed this with my therapist last night. Everything I've been through, I have residual anger in my heart for dishonest people. And they get white hot rage when I sniff it out. And that just isn't necessary. It's not healthy for me as a person, and it's not good for the content. But I do truly believe that a lot of the times we're in here and we're having these debates, we're dealing with anti-fans peddling falsehood. I think that's a thing. That's not meant to be a slight or a slam. That's not meant to be like, oh, some insult. That's just meant to be literally a diagnosis of some of the things that have transpired in our streams. And I'm owning my part in that and trying to be better and trying to improve. I wasn't pleased with, one of the segments yesterday when, and I went back and I listened to it, and I specifically zeroed in on people. I said, those of you defending this antitrust behavior are, sucking on an Xbox controller. So I delineated who I was talking to, but that doesn't mean I want to do that. I don't want to drag my content down into mudslinging and name-calling and insult throwing. I don't need to do that, right? I don't need to be getting activated by people who are being dishonest. I got to work through that in my own spiritual and psychological journey. And I'm happy that I had the awareness enough to know that that's what happened yesterday, and that's what happened the previous stream. I got really hot on people, right? I've been in over 4 years of therapy, and that self-awareness enabled me to say, you know what? It's not about the games. It's not about the lies and the debates. It's about residual anger. And I got to work on that. That's not good for the show, for me. It's not good for you guys or the community, the people that listen to my content, the people that tune in and put it on in the background, right? They need to be able to listen and not have to worry that, like, all of a sudden Lono's going to get super activated and all of a sudden it's not a conversation and debate. This guy's having a moment. What the frick's going on, right? So I'm a work in progress. I feel like the content's significantly better than it's ever been, and I feel like I debate, and I'm more charitable, I'm more tolerable than I've ever been, but I'm not done. I got a long way to go, okay? I got a long way to go. This is absurd. That's a whole lot of badges, creature. That's a whole lot of joysticks. I love it. 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 You're like 70% there. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, right? I'm working on it. And those of you driving the narrative that we gang up on Xbox fans, listen. You have to understand something. This is what I think happens, okay? We're discussing God of War Ragnarok gameplay, and one of the things I'm pushing back on is the idea that God of War Ragnarok is just DLC, okay? And I did say recently, just moments ago, that I do think some of that is driven by anti-fans, okay? Let me tell you what I think happens that makes you think that that's a thing. Nobody in here has ever ganged up on Xbox fans. They've never done that. They've ganged up on anti-fans saying false things. Is that you? I don't think that that's you. There are plenty of people here. There are plenty of people here that absolutely love Xbox, and they know, and they have the goodwill and the charitable posture toward me to know I'm not talking about them when I say some of the things that I say about that. Now, it's on me. It's on me to have better nuance and better care with my verbiage and my language to not make people not make people feel like I'm ripping on Xbox fans, right? I happen to think that a lot of the Xbox fans are still here because they're intelligent enough to know I'm not zeroing in on the fans of Microsoft. I'm zeroing in on the dishonest anti-fans. And truly, if you love Xbox, you should want those people run out of here because they don't represent your brand that you prefer very well. They don't. I'm an anti-fan of Ubisoft games. Well, our second stream today is about Ubisoft Forward, so make sure you're here for that. That should be a good one. That's going to be predictions about that showcase. We are covering that showcase tomorrow. So, I do. I appreciate, like, the room to grow and, like, people giving me a shot to be like, listen, man, sometimes people just get angry. That's okay. I don't feel like I cross any lines. I don't feel like I insulted anybody personally, but I'm always trying to improve the game. I'm always trying to improve, the show, and that's something I'm going to work on. But I don't want anybody acting like, oh, we run Xbox fans out of here and we gang up on them. No. We zero in on the people who are being dishonest and they're just being an anti-fan, and they get run out of here. And to be quite honest, I don't miss them. I don't. There's not a part of me that misses their presence. It was too disruptive. A lot of our discussions have gotten significantly better. A lot of our debates and back and forth have gotten significantly better because we ran those people out of here. Dropped a like, but I gotta go, Cheeks. Thank you, Icebreaker. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Guys, we need 16 more likes for 400. We zoom in on bad takes, not difference of opinion. So about God of War Ragnarok marketing, says Doomslayer, no matter how big and popular a game is, marketing will always lead to more sales, unless it's bad footage. So people saying it doesn't need marketing aren't thinking enough. That was one of the reasons I pushed back on the comment in the Discord. I said, I love everything that you said, but God of War Ragnarok new gameplay will come out and is needed to generate sales. They will do a bunch of marketing before the release date of the next God of War game. I changed my views on this yesterday with some help from Sven. I have decided that we need to help those people. I think they really do relate gaming to their Xbox. They really don't know it's just a tool to game with. I do think there are some people that think the world is so small that, like, that's the world of gaming is just all on the Xbox, and I do think that is part of what drives it. It's hard to help people though it's hard to show them what I'm saying or what I'm drawing my facts from. Just speaking from experience and having a convo, no narrative is being pushed. I mean, to say that we gang up on Xbox fans, that's a narrative, homie. What else am I supposed to call that? What if we're an honest anti-fan? It needs marketing, and this is about the time it actually needs it, says Eugene. I don't think we get out of September without new God of War Ragnarok gameplay. I don't think it's possible. I do not think it's possible that we get into October and we're like, we still haven't heard anything. Like, I don't think so. I don't. I think it's possible they're going to let the Tokyo Game Show do its thing, and then next week on Friday, they'll announce the Sony Showcase. The PlayStation Showcase will get announced. It'll be the 22nd or the 29th of this month, and there will be a ton of God of War Ragnarok. You can't call them liars. You can't call them Xbox fans. What can we call them? That's why I've started to go with anti-fan, Eugene. There's a clear distinction in my mind between an Xbox fan and an anti-Sony fan. They're very different in how they communicate. They're very different. They're different types of people, I think. I was burned by Sony years ago due to terrible UI and poor connectivity and have never had any desire to own another Sony product. I feel like you're missing out on some of the greatest games made. That's not Sony fandom. Like, when I analyze gaming as a market, I think you're missing out on one of the best places to go for games. I do. I own all of them. And I gotta tell you, there's not a part of me that cares about Sony when I'm playing those games. I'm just having a great time. I would say the PlayStation Showcase doesn't happen. How do you feel? Yo, PlayStation fan with a $2 tip. I think it happens this month. There's no way it doesn't. Can't wait for the Sony Boy Showcase. Boy. Read it, boy. Can one be an anti-fan to the anti-fans, or is that too anti-fan? Asking for a friend. Yeah, we're anti-fans to the... Shut up, legend. Why do you... Leave it to a Brit. Wait, are you a Brit? I think you're a Brit, aren't you? You all sound the same. Don't worry. British people, they won't try to cancel me for that. They won't. They'll be like, I'm like, I don't care. You hear that, Yank said? He said we all sound the same. He did? Yeah. Oh, well. Yes, governor. Yes, governor. Oh, my gosh. To all the anti-fans are like the people from the Demolition Man, all the restaurants are Taco Bell. Be careful. We're mounting. Oh, we're mourning, incapable of anything right now. Oh, no, you're not. You're going to take 2 days off. Get out of here. You get a day off for the funeral and a day off for the coronation. Hilly already told me. He already gave me the inside scoop. You got a license for that TV. Oh, man. Go easy on the Brits today as they're in mourning. I don't know. UK Stop says canceled. I think some are, and I think some aren't. You know, it's not a universal thing. Oh, man. What's funny is Brits sound so different. They actually do. They actually do. I've had many of them in my ear over the years in gaming, and they do. They actually sound quite a bit different. I'm coaching my daughter's soccer team with a guy from Ireland, and man, oh man, his wife sometimes I'm like, I don't know what she just said. It's so, and I'll catch myself going up at the end of sentences, like just because of talking with him. It's so hard not to pick up the inflection. Not everyone in the country appreciates. Yeah. It's not a full-on, mourning fest. All right, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to God of War Ragnarok. That's enough talking about that. I don't care to go down that road. The monarchy. The monarchy. How does? Let me rephrase it. How much does Santa Monica owe with respect to gameplay and info prior to the game launching, since it's a sequel? How much do you think they owe us? Because it's a sequel, okay? The question's phrased very specifically. Because God of War Ragnarok is a sequel, I want to know, how much do they owe us to feel like, okay, I have enough information and gameplay to go on? They owe us nothing. Just a great game. At least 10 minutes of footage, says Doom, at least. Qua Village says the same thing, 10 minutes. Same as Forbidden West. They owe us the difference, says YouTube Lurker. They owe us nothing. It's going to sell loads, whatever is shown. Good to see you, by the way, UK Stobbs. I haven't seen you around much, man. Hope you're well. Somebody else is saying 10 minutes. Give us the thick 30 minutes. I don't know about 30 minutes. I think I'm in agreement with the 10 minutes. They owe us anything they said they'll give us. Keep spoilers to a minimum for the love of God of War. Well, here's what Cory Barlog said. Cory Barlog said that he wishes he could say more right now. How far up is this freaking tweet? Where is the tweet? Oh my gosh, you guys have said so much. I don't see the tweet in the Discord anymore. Did it get deleted? Where is it? Someone put it in the... Oh, here it is. He put the Baby Yoda. I saw Baby Yoda and kept scrolling. He said, if it were up to me, I would share all the information when I know about it, but it's not up to me. Please be patient. I promise. Things will be shared at the earliest possible moment they can be. Right? My man is saying, I want to show you guys more. I want to. Oh, carries a lot of weight, says Zubair. We are not entitled to anything. They're selling a game, not providing medical services. Zubair, why do you come? I'm intentional. I pick my words so intentionally. I'm trying to spur on discussion. We really shouldn't say the word "oh." Come on, "oh" could be the wrong word, but you get the question. Yeah, like what do you feel? What level of imperative do you think that they ought to do this? They ought to tell us enough and show enough because it's a sequel, right? Because that's kind of where I come from. We design, develop, and distribute products to make it easy for people to stay healthy and active. Reaching out because we love social media presence and we think you'd be a great fit. Here's a list of products to look into. A posture corrector. Oh, I could see the posture corrector being worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? Sitting all day long. Oh, that's actually... Ooh, I kind of like that. Yeah. Sorry, I mean, if those jerks want my money, they need to try harder. This is just lazy dev, lazy marketing. Also, Zelda games are for children. Oh, man. I think the posture corrector could be a great fit. I do. I think that'd be a great fit for gamers. Atreus plays Zelda games, confirmed. Yeah. Oh, my hip wants to pop so bad I can feel it. It's like right there. It's right on the edge. Oh, I got it. Whew. You ever do that? You just like kind of like cowboy, sit in a chair and kind of cowboy out, and your hips kind of pop and it feels good? I might be the only one. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm mutating. They should have at least a 5-minute in-mission gameplay video, which I feel should have been shown prior to the pre-orders. 2018's preview was 5 or 6 months prior to release. Yeah, Texas, I talked about that. Do you feel like marketing is shifting and changing? You feel like marketing is shifting and changing? You know, they're not wanting to show too much. Cowboy out. Well, I didn't want to say spread my legs, but yeah, spread my legs. Kind of cowboy out, like you're sitting on a horse. I don't think we can look at it from a what do they owe us position, says Graydon. We should be looking at it from a what will produce the best results for the game. It sounds like you might be getting arthritis. Get that checked out. So I stretch and it feels good and my hip kind of pops a little bit. And that... I love WebMD chatters. To play devil's advocate, the game has an established community, says Zubair. They know that, and they know that the community wants as much info as they can get. No showcase info? No showcase info. I was wrong. I thought all the leakers got the PlayStation Showcase wrong when they kept saying September the 8th, September the 8th. I thought, oh, I bet they announced it on the 8th. Now it seems like they don't want to say anything until after the Tokyo Game Show is over. That's next week on Thursday. Right? So, like, I just don't know. That's a good thing. Like, that's a good theory, I think. Maybe they're going to wait until Friday next week to announce it, and then I think the PlayStation Showcase will be the 22nd or the 29th. I don't think I've ever popped my hip. Have you ever done these stretches where you, like, go down into an egg or, like, lay on your back and stretch and, like, pull your knees to your chest? You don't feel anything popping when you're doing that? My gosh. Maybe you guys are too sedentary. Are you guys shaped like slugs? Come on. You never stretched and had your bones pop a little bit? Am I a robot and don't realize it? Is this me realizing I have weird robotic joints? Sounds like you need to go back to the factory for some maintenance, Lono. I came out of an egg. I don't go back into one. Oh my gosh. That's not... No, you didn't come out of an egg. You're not a snake. Oh my gosh, no, that's not how it works, Sky. Who told you that's how you were born? Did your mom tell you that you were like an egg in the corner of the room? My word, no, you're not a bird or a snake. You didn't come out of an egg. Chad, help this person. I can't. Popping joints is a sign you'll develop arthritis later in life. That's an old wives' tale. My hips pop with a good stretch before the gym. Don't know if anyone else has been doing calisthenics. Yeah, what's going on here? Lono's introspective on past discussion. Proceeds to call everyone slugs. All it needs... That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Welcome to the 40 Club, Lono. You need to apply some olive oil to your joints daily. Olive oil! That's good, man. That's funny. Yeah, the knuckle popping thing got debunked. It's not bad for you. Yeah. Like, okay, so the original question was, because it's a sequel, how much do they owe us, right? And you guys are like, well, they don't really owe us anything. It's an established franchise, man. They know plenty of people are going to buy it, right? I think at some level, when you have a consumer base buying your sequel, I think it's fair for that consumer base to say, we would like an ample amount of information as to what makes this a sequel. You know? Like, I don't think that's an entitled posture for the consumer to say, I would like more information. I would like gameplay, and I would like gameplay details about God of War Ragnarok so that when I purchase the game, I feel more adequately informed about what it is that I am buying. You know, when compared to, you know, the previous game. I don't think that is some odd entitled request, right? I can pop my sternum, which I didn't think was possible, but here we are. Yeah, if you stretch, you'll feel a little pop in there. It feels good, I think. I pray Sucker Punch doesn't make Ghost of Tsushima 2 like how Santa Monica is doing God of War. What's your issue with God of War Ragnarok? If I got a Ghost of Tsushima 2 at the level of what I've seen for Ragnarok, I'd be absolutely thrilled. What are you concerned with, De Juan? Just joining in, says Robert. Are we asking to verify it's not DLC? What's good, Robert? Good to see you. I don't think it's unreasonable to want to see more or something you're going to buy and invest time in. Dude has knees in his username. Sounds legit. I agree. Show me why this is better than the original. Why is it a sequel? That's a fair ask. Now, hang on a minute, Big T. That's an assumption I don't know if I share. Does it have to be better than the original? Do you guys think that's a commonly shared view? Do sequels have to be better than the original game? I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they don't have to improve and add new things. But what if it was equal in size and quality to the first game? What if it was equal to the size and the quality of the first game? God of War Ragnarok releases, and it's like, yeah, this is in the same lane. It's another 9 out of 10. It's a good game, good length, good things, right? Or does it have to be like, no, it needs to be better? Define better, right? Good people of God of War community, hear me. Hear me. You will never get your effing 10-minute gameplay footage. I love that that Chappelle thing is a meme now in this community. I love it. That's a wow. There's a wow factor with an original that's hard to reproduce in a sequel, says Eugene. I kind of agree with that. I never expect sequels to be better, says Zubair. I want it to be good enough. It's hard to catch lightning in a bottle twice. The game could be better. Your reaction to it isn't, though, says Eugene. They should set out to improve, says Crispy Bogod, but doesn't always land the way because it's not new and fresh anymore. Yeah, Crispy Bogod and Eugene are saying the same thing in different ways. It's really hard to capture that feeling of that God of War 2018. It was just, so excellent. You know what I'm saying? Interesting thought. 1 year since the release of the first trailer is today. 2 months to the day to the release. It's a Friday. Seems like a better day. 9/9 seems like a better day. You think we're going to get something today, Fuzzy? I don't know with that Marvel showcase. They might not want to. That's an interesting observation. That we're exactly 2 months out. I mean, my birthday is November the 9th, so I'm thrilled that it's landed on my birthday. Greatest birthday present ever. Don't tell my daughter that. She was born the day after my birthday, but... You guys are killing me, says Infinite. I know it was a long time ago, but God of War 2, greatest sequel ever made? Isn't the meaning of a message a combination of what was sent and what was received, says Zubair. If the audience doesn't think the game is better, can it be objectively better? Yeah, it's hard, Zubair, because if they add all these new features and improve a bunch of things and people are like, it's about the same, is their subjective response the determiner of what the company did? Zero Dawn's better than Forbidden West? Who said that? I don't know why. Who is arguing that? For me, a true sequel is an expansion of the story, says Lethal Lady. It takes the same amount of time to complete or longer with new characters, areas, and story, and then that's good. Good sequels should only be for good story games. Hilly says, I think a sequel should be different like an evolution. Better is maybe subjective. Like, if it's more of the same, it should be a DLC. A sequel should be a push forward in my mind. Yeah, do you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening, chat? We are right now putting on full display why conversations about gaming is so challenging. There are people saying like 4 different things about sequels. yeah, that's fine. Give me more of the same as long as it's just as good. It's really hard to beat the first game. The first game's going to have that memory and that nostalgic feel, and you can't experience that again. We've got people saying it needs to go through an evolution. We've got people saying, no, it needs to improve. It needs to be better. If it doesn't do that, then it's basically DLC. Do you see how many different expectations there are just around the topic of a sequel? God of War Ragnarok is going to have so many different ways of being looked at and judged about, and I think this speaks to a lot of the debate that we had about The Last of Us Remake. People formulate their own expectations about remake and remaster, and it drives this big, long 3-hour debate, and nobody sees eye to eye to a certain extent. If the gameplay is improved, story's improved, world is improved, everything's improved, it's objectively better. How do you capture that original feeling, says Eugene? Bottom line is, you can't please everyone. Yeah, I agree with that. My hair's doing this thing that I don't like. There we go. It does this thing that I don't like right in the middle. I don't know if you can separate out the observer, says Zubair. It's like quantum mechanics. The observation is part of the system. I don't agree with that in gaming. No, I don't agree that... No. Zubair, all the people that looked at the Last of Us remake footage and said they didn't see any difference and said it looked just like the remaster... I can 100% separate the observer from the demonstrable differences and improvements. Their subjective observation has no bearing on fact. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't agree with that. I don't think observation is part of the system. To that degree, I don't think so. High five from India. Thank you. I don't think to that degree, Zubair. I think the observation is part of the system, but not to that degree. If somebody boots up Forbidden West and says, yeah, I don't think it's any better, I don't think it looks any better, that doesn't matter. That's demonstrably not true. I can show you objectively the facts. Like, it's better. It looks better. They improved these things. You're assuming a reasonable good faith observer. Is that assumption fair? In gaming, Zubair, is that assumption a fair assumption? Yeah, like what Jastification's saying. That's hard to find these days. Isn't there an objective better and a subjective better? Reviews are more subjective than objective. Of course. I don't think anybody here would ever argue that reviews are objective. But I think reviews can give you what is called... What's it called? Collective empiricism? Is that what it's called? And collaborative empiricism. It's an approach to psychotherapy in which the therapist and client work together as equal partners in addressing issues and fostering change through mutual understanding, communication, and respect. No, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not it. It's not hive mind. It's some type of empiricism where everybody comes together and says what they think, and it leads to consensus. It's a type of empiricism that is subjective, but it can lead to deductions and conclusions. I forget the name of it. Because, like, if everybody comes together and says, yes, I was there, the car that ran into the store was a red truck, that's a form of collective empiricism. You're taking their subjective observation of something and you're coming to a deductive conclusion and saying, we know what happened. The car is gone, we have no video footage, but we have 15 people that have said this. That's a form of empiricism, and I forget the type of empiricism that it is. Because empirical evidence is looking at something, it's empirical, it's there, it can be studied and observed, and you can come to conclusions about it. Like, collective empiricism is the idea of all these people saw and felt and experienced the same thing. We can come to conclusions about what they saw and experienced. And that is analogous to if 10,000 people review a game and there's consensus around the controls are clunky and there's frame rate drops and it looks kind of blurry and it gets a bad score, that is not fallacy of the group. That is a form of consensus. collective consciousness. The Last of Us is a good example for this. It has had all of its measurables improved, but if you go play it again, can that experience match the experience with the original game? Right, especially if you just played the remaster, right? It's like, you just played the remaster. Can you have that experience again? Is it going to feel fresh and new and exciting? Just tuning in, why are you annoyed? I'm not annoyed at all. What? Is he behind? Are you watching an old portion of the broadcast? How we believe it when groups of people see UFOs. The title? Oh, the title. I forgot about my title and my thumbnail. It's the title of your stream, dum-dum. Hey, streamer. Do you remember what you titled the stream and your thumbnail that you made a couple hours ago, idiot? Cut me some slack. It's been a long week. All right. Never go full, chat. Never go full. All right. Okay. Okay, so here's the deal. I'll give you a recap. My gosh. Okay, so the God of War Ragnarok gameplay that they've been trotting out, all right? It's annoyed me. I'm frustrated. I want more. I really feel like the way they handled the God of War Ragnarok new gameplay with Game Informer, I found it to be frustrating and annoying. And I wanted to see if people shared my feelings about it, right? I wanted to see if people shared my feelings about it. Do you feel that this has been kind of frustrating? This has been kind of annoying, right? Are you getting this growing sense of like, my gosh, could you guys please just say something, show something, do something, right? Just don't start talking about badgers and geese again. I know, right? We lost so many Harry Potter folks the other day. I got weird, and they were all like, what the frick is this guy doing? Let me give you guys a member count, because we've got a lot of people here right now. 1329. Oh, man. We need 100. We need 170 members. Ugh. I don't know if we can do it, chat. I really wanted to do that tonight. I did, because it's going to be hard to do it next week. The further we get in the month, the harder it is to get the member count to grow. They fixed gifted members, by the way. It goes in order of loyalty. Even if they're not here, all the gifteds get claimed right away. They fixed it. So we might be able to go on a crazy, wild 130 gifted member train, and then that'd be amazing. Those people will all get emails and maybe tune in tonight to see the genital jousting game with my wife and I. That's a big number, though. 170 is a lot of members. Eugene says, I'm legit only playing 45 minutes or so at a time to stretch it out. That's how much I'm enjoying it. I usually consume, says Eugene. Yeah, guys, Eugene's in the Discord enjoying watching Lord of the Rings one episode a week so he can debate with people and theorize and discuss, almost as if binging is not always the greatest way to consume content. It's just weird, just a weird turn of events. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok gameplay. That's the topic at hand. And I asked a little bit ago, and we've been kind of debating the different expectations, surrounding sequels. Oh, Lono chose violence. Yo, Storm upgraded to Tier 2. How many Tier 2 members do we have now? Yes, take 1 or 2 instances and project. Oh, Eugene, shut up. Don't get grumpy. Don't get grumpy. You're smarter than that? Of course I'm smarter than that. I wanted to take a swing. It's fun. It's fun. I need Kappa. I know we need Kappa. We need Kappa. Listen, if we hit 1,500 members today, I'll delete an emote and we'll literally just upload Kappa. We can do that, I think. I think we can do that. Can we do that? Are we allowed to do that? Can we just upload Kappa so we have our own? Anyway, we need 21 more people to upgrade to Tier 2. We are at 79. We are at 79 tier 2 members. 21 more people. Thank you, Storm, for doing it. Holy frick. Black. What, Wolvie? What's good, Wolvie? Delete Rage. Oh, you guys don't like Rage? Oh, so yeah, we were asking, what are gamers' expectations surrounding sequels? Like, just how much does Santa Monica need to tell you about God of War Ragnarok in order for you to feel like, okay, this is a sequel? And we didn't have consensus. There are people that think a sequel should go further than the last. It should evolve. It should improve. There are people that think sequels just need to be able to be like, hey, it's better. Or it's more of the same, I'm sorry. Evil West pre-orders are up. Hey, there's new Evil West gameplay. We're going to be breaking it down today. I'm very excited to do that with you guys. I can't wait for that game. It's coming out in November. That's our third show of the day. There's no Reforge Roundtable today. That's why we started with God of War. I was going to save God of War to try to build momentum for the Roundtable. No Roundtable today. Mike got sicky. His kid brought it home from school. You know, better than bringing home. That's not better than bringing home homework. It sucks. So his son brought home sicky. And then Ginger had something happening last night. I don't know what it was. So we're doing Evil West as our third show. With the amount of your content I consume, it's definitely worth it. Thank you, Storm. I appreciate that. I do. Is this a dog? That's a badger. I do think we could probably get a better badger picture. Like a badger, you know what I'm saying? Badger face clip art. I bet you we could find a better one that would be clearer that it's like a badger. Do you know what I'm saying? There are definitely better badgers. That one's like so hideous and like his snout's up and it's all like ugly. I need a square PNG made. If somebody could throw this into if anybody has Illustrator, you could do live trace and you could turn this into a transparent square PNG, and it would probably look really, really good. I'll swap it out right now. It's in the Discord. Yeah, the actually one looks great in Discord, but it looks terrible. It looks terrible. Don't disrespect the badger. The whole what is a sequel nonsense is beyond stupid. It's like saying Doom Eternal's not a sequel to Doom 2016 because they look similar. Well, that was a bear with a Christmas hat. Yeah, we need to get... if somebody has Adobe Illustrator and they're in the Discord, you could literally throw that image into Adobe Illustrator, do a live trace on it, remove the white around it so it's a transparent PNG. I mean, I could do it in 5 seconds on my laptop, but I don't want to do that right now. That would be a great, great badger emote. I like the fact that we have a badger emote. I think it's funny. Let me guess. The guy that made the coffee emotes made the badger? No, I literally made that badger. I grabbed like a picture really quickly one day and made it. It was not intended. You got to remember, when I added that emote, we were barely ever coming over here. That's a super old emote. Like, that's a really old one. That is a really old one. You might not even need to do a live trace in Illustrator. I just need somebody to delete the white around the badger and give me a transparent PNG. The DuckDuckGo browser will turn any white background into a transparent PNG. I don't have that browser. I don't. How often do we use it though? There's other ones we can remove. I don't want to get rid of the badger. It's funny. Oh, I need to schedule the next stream. You can do that? Yeah, I just need it in the Discord as a transparent PNG hilly. The picture's in live chat in the Discord. It's in there. Paul did it. Paul's on top of it. Is it a square, though? If it's not a square, it won't work, Paul. Is that even dimensions? I can do it right now. Badges and emojis. Emojis. Where is this frickin' badger? Badger. Replace image. It should be in my downloads. No? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It worked. It worked. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, the badger emote will look a little bit better now. Where's the goose emote? You think I'm gonna make one of my emotes a goose? I'm just excuse me. I'm sorry. sorry for yelling. I'm not doing that. Okay, schedule the next stream. Ubisoft forward predictions. Boop and boop and boop boop. Copy paste. Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Like, that's what we'll have to put ourselves in. Gaming news. This stream just contains that. It'll take a second for it to change because it's a caching issue. It hasn't changed yet. We might have to delete it and redo it. I don't know. It might take till the rest of the day. Sometimes caching in live chats and stuff is real funky. Or did it change for you guys? I might have to refresh my thing. Oh, there it goes. No, it changed. It changed. Sven just did it. Now it's different. Yeah, that looks dope. That looks like a badger. That was like an actual badger. I wonder if we need to give it like a slight white outline though, like add a stroke in Photoshop. Because on a dark mode, it doesn't look quite as good. It looks good. It looks good. But on dark mode, it kind of blends in. If we get a teeny white, if we get a decent stroke of a white outline around it. Yeah, there's already a goose emoji that you can use without being a member. That's why I wouldn't want to waste one on it. All right, next stream is scheduled. Let me get the redirect set. Okay. Looks like a high school sports mascot. It's emojis. We're dealing with small pixels, Eugene. You should be familiar with dealing with small things, right? You know, it's all in the execution. You should be very familiar with that. Okay. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I've drinking a ton of water and coffee this morning. It's perfect. Whoever made it needs to replace the coffee emotes guy. All right, listen. I've got more discussion questions. I've got more to talk about with this. We'll be shifting gears to the Ubisoft forward predictions in about 30 minutes, but I need to run upstairs quickly and use the restroom. Don't go anywhere, all right? Don't go anywhere. Okay. Can we get a blue swan to make fun of Lono's Patronus? No. I said it's perfect. Eugene's like, why am I in here getting hit? Why am I catching strays? It's perfect. All right. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Man, I'm telling you guys, I really want to see us go on a crazy gifted member train, though. There's plenty of people here. Actually, they don't even need to be here. It goes to the most loyal people. We can go nuts. I'll tell you what. If you guys get us, thank you, Paul. That's perfect. That's actually perfect. I don't know did you make it a square again, though? If you guys get us you get me within 25 members of the goal, I'll do it. I'll gift. Oh, and I also said I would count tier 2s. So tier 2s will count as well. Replace the image. Yeah, that's going to be better. That looks really good, Paul. Thank you. Hey, Chris gifted 5. Ooh, Blueberry Puffin got one. Blueberry Puffin's here all the time. Mark King, Apparitional Wolf Shadow, Trent Llewellyn, and Sean Waldoff. Let's get it going, guys. Let's get it going. I'm going to step away. Give me a ton of names to read before I get back. That takes us down to only needing like 165. That takes us down to 165. You keep putting small dents in it, 5 at a time, man. 5 at a time. Hang on a second. 165. Hang on. 165 divided by 5 is 33 people. If 33 people, yeah, that looks better. If 33 people gift the 5, we'll hit it. That's all we need. It's like, actually, 30-something people get us that close. And I'll count it because of the tier 2 upgrades. I'll count it. All right? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Can we use the Kappa, the Badger as Kappa? No, I don't think the Badger works as Kappa. Like, nobody would understand. Like, the sarcastic Badger. Your audio bitrate is too low. Yeah, well, there's music playing, so what the frick? Lono Bald is a perfect Kappa. Yeah, I don't know if Lono Bald works. Like, it kind of does, but I don't know. I don't know. Or where the contract was. A Kratos version. That's cool. That's cool. It won't let me. Anyone? Nice try. Any of them, TBH? Anyone know why I can't upgrade to tier 2? Oh, it won't let you upgrade to tier 2 and you're trying? I don't know. I thought you just had to like hit the $sign and then go to what's the workflow on that? I can't do it because it's my own channel, so I don't know. I could go to Gothix's channel. I think I have like the lowest. I think I have like the lowest member tier on hers because I wanted to like watch one of her videos and I just have kept it. So when I click see perks, I click the gear, sign up, report, learn more, end membership and perks. She might not have other tiers of membership, though. I don't know. 343 Halo news. Forge fundamentals. Building. Well, shoot. We got something for next week. I mean, we'll probably get good stuff this weekend from Ubisoft. When it rains, it pours. Hang on, I'm going to throw that into React holding just in case we want to use that. That's a big, big piece of footage. If you're talking about me, then you're wrong. I have high expectations from all PlayStation studios, along with some other ones like ID Software, From Software, Ninja Theory, etc. C perks changed level, says Robert. It sounds like if you want to upgrade your level, you hit C perks, and then you hit change level. So, yeah. If 20-something people do that, that'll count as 40. That'll count as 40 toward the goal. That'll get us closer. So if we hit the, tier 2 goal, that I'll count that. That'll get us closer to the 1500 goal. I'm trying to cheat with the goal, but I don't want to like move it down, but because I want to play the game with her. I think it'll be hilarious. The options grayed out. Interesting. Crazy that you use Doom as a reference. I'm actually doing that right now as we speak on the PS5. Since they're trickling footage, that means the game is going to be short, says Hussein. I don't think that that's a valid way to come to a conclusion. That's a non sequitur. A non sequitur means it does not follow. Trickling footage does not lead to, the game's going to be short. All of their descriptions of the game is that it's going to be bigger and longer than the first game. There's no logical connection there. They just barked at me. We're at the 2-hour mark on the stream, guys. They just barked at me to run ads. So yeah, that to me isn't logically connected. Oh well, they're trickling out footage. So yeah, God of War Ragnarok, it's going to be a short game. I don't see the logical connection there. Her spirit will come back to bring you under the rule of the Empire. Shut up, Kane. I don't care about the length of Ragnarok as long as it's as big as 2018. Corey says, I'm talking in general. I want Microsoft to deliver games that meet the high bar that we hold the PlayStation games to. That is when gamers are going to get the best value for their games. Non sequitur, a conclusion or statement that does not logically follow the previous argument or statement. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to be like, oh, they're trickling footage, therefore game's going to be small. I think Sony only really will only market hard its next games coming out now. They wanted to do the whole Last of Us remake, and now God of War will be next up. Eugene's been saying that for a while. Yeah. Did you see the Plague Tale previews? Think there's a story there? I think there's a story there, Eugene, and it makes me sad. I'm sad about it. I'm worried. What sort of consensus are we getting, Eugene? Is it one or two outlets, or is it like a couple? Is it like a handful, and are they trustworthy outlets? Seems like it's going to be disappointing. I've heard that girth is preferable to length. Maybe somebody's just trying to be nice to you. As long as it has quality, it doesn't matter. Look at how small Hellblade is. It really doesn't matter to me. Now, that I don't agree with in the context of a sequel, Doomslayer. I don't agree with that. If Ragnarok is smaller than God of War 2018, I don't think you can be like, oh, but the quality's there. I don't agree with that. I don't think you can shrink a sequel. I saw the 2, and they were well thought out articles, says Eugene. What's this guy saying? What do you want from me? Please don't annoy me. I am great. What did we warn this guy about? What's he doing? It's real poor. I sell potato. I want none of your money. I just want to spread awareness. I am poor. No spam. I am just saying the truth. I am not spamming. I sell potato. Yeah. Get him out of here. Just make that a perma. Just make it a perma. Yo, 13 months from Akuta Papa, and it's a tier 3. Everyone hit that thumbs up button. Cheers, Lono. Thank you, Akuta Papa. He's spamming. I was actually interested in what he was saying when I saw him saying he was poor and trying to sell a potato. I was interested. I think it would be fine because there's obviously some sort of expansion to the universe that they are trying to hide. Done. Thank you. I actually think you're right. Typically Quiet Shy, I think you did the right thing by timing him out, but I could tell. I was like, this guy's literally... He probably just goes into chats and does that, and I don't want people like that here. I don't think Sony needs to lean hard into the marketing established IP. I think new games need more marketing because they have to stand out from the pack, but existing IPs, you know what you get. Yeah, but I don't think they did that with Horizon Forbidden West, and I don't think they're going to do that with God of War. I think they're just saving. I think they're just biding their time. I'm shocked I haven't been banned yet. You know, you've been around a long time, so, you know, we let it ride. We're like, oh, he's British. It's so strange they're abruptly ending the Norse saga after 2 games. I think that they looked at it the same way that they probably should have looked at the Hobbit movies. We can do 2, but we can't do 3. I'm dead serious. I think they looked at it and thought, we can do 2, let's not do 3. Also, there's more to it than just that. The people at the studio don't want to do a 3rd Norse game. They don't want to spend more than a decade in the Norse in the Norse game. When they voted where to go next, they said it was almost a tie, and it was between Norse and Egyptian. So I think there's a lot of people at the studio that are probably just chomping at the bit to go Egyptian, to just get out of the Norse. Like, it's two things. Like, man, we have spent enough time in Norse mythology. It also comes from a place of desire. We would really like to move on. We would really like to not stay here for another 6 or 7 years. And I think that that's valid. And truth be told, you'll get better games as a result. You will. You'll get better games as a result. The saga ending in 2 isn't bad for me, says Gale. They had to rewrite the entire mythology as they took out a key member of a lot of the events. I want a Mayan God of War. Egyptian lore has been done a lot, says Sane. Sadly, I think it's going to be Egyptian just based on the fact that I bet you more people at the company want to go Egyptian. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I've not played the Egyptian one, so I don't have a strong opinion either way. I will enjoy wherever we go, But I'm telling you, if I was a betting man, I'd put money on Egyptian being next. I'd put money on it because of the feelings of the company. We may spend 100 hours in this mythology. These devs have been here for thousands. I get it. I would get tired. Yeah. Yeah. I get it as well. Totally do. Because it would feel like you've lived there. You know what I mean? It would feel like, man, we have literally lived here for a long time. Remember, like, half their team never wanted Norse. That's what I'm saying. About half their team didn't want to do Norse. They wanted to do Egyptian. Like, they want to get out. Indian or Japanese is what I would want personally, but it's going to be Egyptian most probably. I think we will eventually get both. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll get both, but I think we're going Egyptian next. They already have the concept art for Egypt too. Let them do their thing until they lead us astray, says Eugene. Yep. Egyptian with pyramids, with death trap puzzles, take my money. Yep. Yeah. After Assassin's Creed Origins, I love the idea. Could we get 30 more likes on the video? We need 30 more. Seems like a gifted train's not going to happen, and that's okay. That's okay. We've got the rest of the month to hit that 1,500. I selfishly have been really pushing it harder than usual. Encourage more watch time with both the new viewers. Logical shares tips on how it can be used to increase views by 10 to 30%. We are using playlists. Yeah, and Moon Knight. Yeah. They did Egypt. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people care about that, though. I think they want to... Listen, if you're working on the project, you're probably like, man, I'd really like to go back to Egypt because now that we're building the games like this and they look like this, it'd be really fun to go to Egypt again. You know? It's a chance for them to kind of feel that, let's go back. Yeah, fighting a Sphinx, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. You know? 31 minutes of gameplay? Dadgummit. Yo, Paco upgraded his membership to tier 2. There we go. I think we need 19 more people to do that now. We're down in the teens. We're down in the teens, baby. Let's go. Thank you so much for doing that, Paco. I would love to start uploading like more humorous vlogging content, little stories about my kiddos and stuff when it comes to me on the weekends, evenings and stuff. And that's what I'm going to do for tier 2 members and above once we hit 100 tier 2 members. Christopher Judge Kratos, God of War, The Last Samurai. That's funny. That's funny. I don't really want Egypt. It's just so much sand, and I hate sand. It gets everywhere. It's rough. It's coarse. No problem. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that. Thank you. I really hope they give us a feature soon to like show tier 2 and tier 3 members, like give them different badges in chat. I would really, really like to be able to do that because that generosity is very, very kind. Ride the Lightning says, remember me? Are you going to say, remember me? I commented on your shirt that one time. Is that what you're going to say? Lost Legacy is the spin-off Uncharted game. It had a lot of India-related mythos. What tier membership do I need to give Doom Slayer a timeout? Zubair, I'll let you time him out for $20. $20 super chat, Zubair. I'll time him out right now. Go for it. You guys want to do that? You guys want to do that in heated debates? Just $20 and I'll time somebody out. You just tell me who. You know, $20 hits. $20 hit jobs. Go for it. For Doomslayer. That's fine. He owes me money once I'm playing God of War anyway. He owes me money. So this is I'm gonna squeeze the money out of this. Can we time Lono out? No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Shh, only dreams now. There it is. There it is. You'll get your money. Thank you for the 20 spot, Zubair. Sorry, Doomslayer. Sorry, man. That's just the way that it goes, bro. That's a binding verbal agreement. I got to abide by it. I got to abide by the terms and conditions. How much to permaban? Oh, no. I'm not going to permaban somebody. That's not kind. Earlier this year, I was... Oh, you're wanting to sell a potato. Oh, okay. All right, hang on a second. I'm gonna buy your potato. Okay, there. I clicked on it. I don't know what happened. I bought it, though. Did you get the money? Earlier when I said I was here, what I said about being spoiled was merely by the amount of info we receive compared to how little was available. Oh, for sure. 80-20 split and I'll go full? What do you mean 80-20 split and you'll go full? What are you talking about, Eugene? Just pre-order God of War Ragnarok. The hype's real. Well, welcome on in. I'm a little annoyed. JW says coffee. Oh, did you order some coffee? The coffee orders have kind of slowed down. How much to time out creature? You can't time out a mod because then I got to remod them. That's a pain in the butt. Info under embargo. I want to let you know that this late September, the creators of this viral sensation will be announcing their latest thing. If you would like to see information under embargo, no. Send me product. I'll generate all the timeout donos you want for 20%. Eugene's like, listen, I'll get out here. I'll market this. All right, guys. 20. Do I hear 20, 20, 20, 25, 25, 30, 35, 35, 40, 45, 45, 45 in the back, 55 in the back now, 50, 55, 55, 55, 60, 60, 65, 65 in the back with a man with a cowboy hat, 65. We want $65, $75. Now we're up to about $100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 and sold to the man in the front yard. What do you want to ban? Who do you want to put at a timeout? This doesn't go on Doom's permanent record. No, it doesn't. Everyone's waiting on the almighty Frickmas. You sons of guns. You got all of September and October. Don't you dare. Don't you dare hold out that long. I got to sell this dadgum coffee so I can upgrade the light roast and the dark roast to the new bags. Come on, man. The only problem with that bit that I just did is I said front yard instead of front row. What the frick? Front yard? Why did I say front yard? To the man in the front yard? What? I believe Ragnarok is going to do what God of War 2 did after Part 1, vastly expand from what was done in 2018. The 2016 E3 live demo hurt development last time around. Expect bigger and better this time. Now we know Lono's backup plan. Auctioneer? Yeah. Eugene says, no, Jake, I'm saying I'll make up crap to get people to time me out if I get 20% of all the timeouts I generate. Oh, I get it now, Eugene. You'll bait it. Outdoor auction, I see nothing wrong here. You've been touring your neighbor's house again, haven't you? I'll admit we walked by a little slow the other night, like just wanting to say hi, you know. We walked by a little bit slower, like I want to see him say hello. Because he said, you know, the kids can come over and swim anytime. And I'm like, dude, they don't say that. They'll be over here every day. So he'd act like himself then. Okay, Camille. Okay. Put the gloves back on. That's enough. You missed a good bit. Yeah, Zubair tipped $20 to time out Doom. Listen, I'll let you guys do that for $20 a timeout. You know, we'll call them $20 timeouts. I'll time out anybody for 20 spot. I'm not here I'm trying to make money, man. You know. Did you not get my order? Oh, hang on. I might have refreshed my email too soon. Did it go through? Hang on. Oh, there it is. There it is, JW. Sorry about that. Hey, 3 bags of light roast. Thank you, JW. Let's make it an even amount, guys. Next coffee order. Vengeance with a 20 spot. I'll save you the trouble, Eugene. Time him out. Oh, it's good. That's good. That's a good one. That's the best $20. Eugene's like, I can take it. Unlike some of these Xbox fans. Poof, and he disappears. He says, I can take it. I like how Eugene literally stuck his chin out right before it happens. He's like, I can take it. Boom. Here it comes. Lono never agreed to the split. Oh, I'm not splitting the profits with him. No. He's doing just fine. He's a lawyer and all that, right? He's doing just fine. I got mouths to feed and a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? What's your opinion of translating dialogue and subtitles in most Sony games? It helped me understand the story better. Most of Sony games have these options. Mohammed, I actually love that. I actually prefer to play games if their original language is like Japanese. I prefer to play it with the Japanese audio and then the English subtitles. So if you can enjoy games with your own native language, either in subtitles or through audio, I'm all for that. I am. I prefer the original audio with subtitles in my language. And, you know, I would think that'd be fine for you too. Smashville says, they're coming for our heads. Yeah. I burst out with laughter. It's ridiculous. Listen, I have no problem if this becomes a meme, because I like to laugh and I like money. So if you guys want to spend $20, if you want to do $20 timeouts, I won't stop you. I won't. He has student loans to repay. I actually don't have any student loans. We own our car and we have no student loans. We were very blessed in our college years to not have to be in that situation. I didn't know this morning when I first said what's up to you. Either that or maybe I'm going blind. Oh, you're talking troll. Yo, JW with a 20 spot. Sorry, Abe. We love you, but we have to make sure that Madam gets what she wants. So go sit in timeout, Abe. What do you mean? What do you mean Madam gets what she wants? Abe says... I like how Abe's like, oh, crap. You know, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Oh, man. That's good. I couldn't resist Doom. Oh, is Doom back? I never thought Zubair would actually pay the 20. Took me by surprise. Gotta respect that. What would have been funny, Zubair, is as soon as Doom got back, you'd have just done it again. Like, as soon as he said one thing in chat. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. But that would have been comedy gold. That would have been comedy gold. Like, oh, man, I'm finally out of timeout. Welcome back. Boom. Don't give him ideas. How much to end Abe's timeout? I'll let you buy somebody out of jail for the 20. You can do that. You want a triple stamp, a double stamp? Right? I don't have enough money to be that funny. Legit question. Does it mess with the chat in VODs? Like, will all comments before the timeout be gone? I don't know. I don't know. This might be really bad for the VODs. People are going to be watching the VODs and like, I can't see what Eugene is saying. What happened? Creature said no. Creature said no. Can you go back and see what he said? When was it? Were you talking super early today, Eugene? Like, were you talking like right at the start? If I rewind the VOD, I can't see his chat messages yet because it's the chat stays live. I can't test it. The messages don't go away, I know for a fact, says Doomslayer. I have no memory of this place. Not gonna lie, if I had the money, I'd time out Creature. Why are you annoyed? What's good, Ratchet? I'm annoyed because I feel like this close to the game's launch, they're not giving us enough, and I really don't like how they did the Game Informer gameplay trickle. I thought it was really annoying. I feel like they shouldn't have done it, and I would rather them show nothing. He's back already? How long is the timeout? It's 300 seconds. So it's 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute timeout. Yeah, Pochita, I saw that there's new Lies of P gameplay. We'll probably have to wait and take a peek next week. There's only so much coverage I can give in a day. We are going to look at the Evil West new gameplay. We are going to look at that, so you don't need to spam it. I saw what you said, and I'm usually pretty tuned in to what's going on in the gaming world. We can't pivot the live show that sharply, though. For the most part, we can check after stream. My voice cannot be silenced, says Eugene in the Discord. The chat timing each other by giving Lono money. Lono smirking and petting his cat on his lap. That's right. That's right. $4 a minute of time is pretty steep. Can we negotiate that? No. I just looked back. All messages get deleted. Yeah, but I think the difference is quite shy. If you watch the VOD, will that be the case? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't rewind the chat all the way back to the beginning of stream, can you? Someone send me a membership, says Robert Anderson. It doesn't work that way, my friend. It goes to the most loyal people first. So if someone gifts memberships right now, it'll go to people who might not even be here. It'll go to people who might not even be here. You mean you can't instantly pivot to Halo news like it's your job? That's it, I'm out. How much to time out everyone at once? I can't do that. So if I had $8,980, I could time out everyone except for me. Yeah, Kuda Papa. Yeah. Like if somebody drops $9,000 on the chat, I'll walk out of the room for 10 minutes. I would just end the stream. I'm like, thanks for the $9,000. We'll see you tomorrow, chat. Yo, Tinyfoot's gifting 5 memberships. Let's go. Let's go. Love to see it. That's so generous. They're going to be gone really quickly. They fixed gifted members. They did. They fixed gifted members. So they go immediately to the most loyal viewers, like people like J2J Squared and the Black Dr. Phil and Kraken. I recognize all those names. Gray Fox and Odin's Might also grabbing them. Thank you so much. A 5-spot from Drac. I can't gift on mobile, so I'll send the equivalent directly. Hey, thank you so much, Drac, for the $5 tip. Come join our community where we pay real money to time each other out. I'll look on tomorrow's Xbox stream. Definitely some timeout. Oh, yeah. We definitely timed some people out. We did. We're 8 likes away from 500 likes. Thank you so much, Bro Sexy, for drawing attention to that. We just hit 5,000 views on the video. 500 likes will look real nice. We're about to shift gears to the Ubisoft forward predictions that I have for you. And we appreciate everybody being here today and supporting the channel. All the new subscribers, all the likes. Does anyone know if we plan to get any news on Wolverine? I think they're going to reinforce that Wolverine is coming, right? I think they're going to reinforce that Wolverine is coming during the PlayStation Showcase with either a new trailer or an extended version of the one that we've already seen. Like they might scroll up and let you see his face or something. That would be my prediction about that. You streaming tomorrow? Yes, we will be co-streaming. We will be co-streaming the Ubisoft Forward event tomorrow. So we'll go live around 2 or 2:30 p.m. Eastern, and we'll co-stream the whole thing. So make sure you're in the Discord. Make sure you got your bell button turned on. You're subscribed to the channel. All those things. A $20 tip from JW. Sorry, Zubair. I'm going to be like the Oprah of timeouts, and you get a timeout. You get a timeout. Zubair, you have been timed out. $20 timeout has come to meet you. It has come to meet you. He says, amazing. Starts at 2:30. Yeah, they're doing like a 30-minute pre-show, so we'll probably go live at 2 Eastern. Yeah. We'll go live at 2 p.m. Eastern. Their showcase has a pre-show that goes live at 2:30. I think the showcase has 4 big things: Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, and the factions. Yeah. Doomslayer says, I have my revenge. What's going on here? People paying for timeouts? Yeah, we're calling them $20 timeouts. I'll time out anybody in chat for 20 spot. You just can't time out the mods. It's a pain in the frickin' rear end to remod them. Did Lono just turn chat into a battle royale? Yeah, I did. I did. Yeah, today there's a Disney Marvel showcase at 4 p.m. I don't have time to watch it. Between the Marvel showcase and the Ubisoft showcase and the new Lies of P footage, and I guess there's a new trailer for Halo Infinite Forge, we have more than enough to cover stuff next week. I can only do so much content in a day, and I typically don't stream on the weekends. Yeah. I typically don't stream on the weekends. I have Potato. All right, I'm going to report this guy for unwanted... Well, it's ban evasion. There's no report for ban evasion. Like, this guy's ban evading. You can't keep making new accounts, my friend. Like, if I got to get on the horn with Google support and get you in big trouble, I will. Don't make me waste my time. Just go away. Quit ban evading. It's against TOS. What's your quick 1 minute rundown for the Marvel game predictions for later? My quick 1 minute rundown is cinematic trailer for Panther, probably something for Spider-Man 2. Maybe they'll rerun the Wolvie trailer. And I don't have anything else. Sorry. YouTube is wondering how exactly Lono managed to weaponize and monetize chat. Listen, I'm gonna make that money, bro. I'm gonna make that money. You guys think we're seeing Black Panther? I think we'll get an announcement trailer. Yeah, like a cinematic announcement trailer for the Black Panther game. Yeah. Yep. I come back from a meeting, see $20 bans. Well, they're not bans, they're just timeouts. Sven says, Paul, go type in YouTube chat. You might want to wait for the next stream. We're getting ready to shift gears, Sven. You might want to wait. Paul says, why? Paul. No reason. No reason. Okay, let me get a tweet sent here. Okay. Guys, can I just say, what are you going to do, says Paul? Can I just say how fun it is to laugh and to cover variety and to get the level of support that we're getting? Like, it's just awesome. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to get mushy. I swear I'm not going to get mushy, but it's just been really cool. A 5 spot from Akuta Papa. Well, time to write my twit longer. Streamer makes stream into a pay-to-win battle royale. He says, goodbye, Paul. All right, Sven. I'll time him out again in the next stream, Sven. I'll let you carry it over. Thank you for the 20. I hope we get confirmation of a Captain America game. Oh, or the Iron Man game. Yeah. The Iron Man game, maybe. Maybe. I love that Paul did it. He's like, what's going on, everybody? Wham! All right, announcements in the Discord. All right, guys and gals, listen to me. If redirects typically don't work for you, then there will be a link in the chat, okay? There'll be a link in the chat. If redirects are commonly a problem for you, then don't rely on them, please, okay? Don't rely on them. Click the link. A 3-month milestone for Captain Grease. The hype for the game's so big, when all the hype is over, we're going to miss this. Let's all enjoy it while it lasts. Ragnarok is upon us. Thank you so much. I kind of agree with you. Today has been fun. We've got more things to talk about. Let's go talk about my predictions for Ubisoft Forward, okay? I'm going to put a link in chat just in case. Again, if redirect traditionally doesn't work for you, right, then click that link for the new stream, and we'll see you over there. Ubisoft Forward 2022 is almost here, and I'm going to give you my Ubisoft Forward 2022 predictions. Some big things with an Assassin's Creed showcase, The Division Heartland, and more. Really excited to co-stream it with you as well. So if this is your first time ever seeing my content, make sure you're subscribed with the bell button so you can catch that co-stream on Saturday. We'll go live around 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to end the previous stream. We were talking about God of War Ragnarok, why I'm a little bit annoyed with the marketing there. So if you want to watch that VOD and see why I'm getting a little annoyed, go watch that VOD. I'm going to end it and bring everybody over. If you like my streams, make sure and hit subscribe and the bell button. I try to give you all the good information right at the beginning of the stream so you don't have to go hunting for it. And we do